I'm unmuting him.
Wizard fucking yells at me. Hi.
Yeah, well, because you were slow and you were causing everybody to be slow, and you're the worst.
We're only 5 minutes.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Really?
Well, we start technically. I mean, this is early for us. We start early tonight. But yeah. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of Roll of Fate. I'm your dungeon master for this evening. My name is Mason Dula. Joining us tonight, we have Pint Size Fun. We've got BB Gaines, Hunter McHuntingtons, and Empire. And
Nuggets.
And Nuggets.
And a bunch of nuggets.
This stream brought to you by Nugs. Chicken Nugs. You know what, Thunder Kid? That's a great idea. Hunter can do the recap.
And he should.
Okay. I literally talked about this. I get like a little bit of anxiety every time because I'm in 6 other games. So I'm trying to get everything straight in my head of which
Not ours.
game.
What it really means is that your brain is super good at it. Better than any of ours.
Time for some big brain plays, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as Hunter takes a moment to remember, we last left off fighting a bunch of Gauth clones. We barely made it. Some of us didn't, unfortunately. But with the luck of our new friend Walla and associates, we managed to make sure that Pint's character, Mara, did not die. After that, the ooze that had been kind of taking over the city that the Gauths had created, these kind of mimic-esque body doubles, it started to fight back at the Gauths, and we spent the majority of the game, majority of the session, fighting back, making sure that we get these Gauths killed and that we help out. Unfortunately, we were also being attacked by some other mimicky slime things that didn't quite get the picture. It's not their fault. They're not very smart, just like us. And what can you do? After the fight, we were victorious. We killed both Gauths, and we made a new friend. His name was Steve. His name
became Steve. He had no name.
He had no name, but we named him Steve, and he accepted that name. And we managed to convince him, don't go around murdering a bunch of people, because that'd be bad. Go around killing like monsters and stuff that hurt people, because then that'd be good, and you still get stronger to kill the beholder later that you want to obviously kill for entrapping you and murdering you and putting a bunch of souls together in this weird gloopy form. We did that. They left. We managed to leave all beaten to shit, tired as hell, and no spell slots left at all. Made it to the surface where we had fallen into this hole, where we met up again with the people we had freed from the cages. There was one dwarf who was not too keen on us letting Steve live, but Steve's a chill guy, so the dwarf can go fuck himself. The dwarf was basically saying that we didn't do anything and all this stuff, that we didn't help, even though he's just full of it. And we left to a bright day and actual sunshine and no longer clouds looming over this cursed or previously cursed city.
Yeah, very good. So as a quick recap of everything kind of leading up to this point, you all met in the town of Keldon through various circumstances. There, for various reasons, many of you had come looking for an element known as Ethereum, which some of you acquired and some of you did not. However, after many dealings with a few shady characters and a few government bodies, you guys did end up having to leave Keldon under less than pleasant circumstances. On leaving, you guys made a short stopover in the town of Lorlen, as you guys are now heading towards the Tempest Peaks, where you are hopefully going to find some answers for Klee, our bird paladin. His brother, apparently still kept alive in this tome that he carries with him. He's hoping that the god of Vestra may have some way to release his brother from this binding. Get it, it's a book. Fucking got him. Book puns. Out on your way, for one reason or another, you never asked, but one of the paths north, towards Svelten, the kind of base camp, as it were, to the Tempest Peaks, one of the paths was closed off, so you guys had to take a different path, a path towards Vorstra, which was a cursed town until you all liberated it from not only the Gauths that were there, but this Steve, Steve creature of goo, you did hear that there was apparently another stronger Gauss-type creature called a Beholder, who had apparently been running everything there, but as he was currently in another dimension, you guys managed to finish everything off and then go ahead about your business, hopefully freeing the town, and hopefully everybody evacuated the town is what you were going for as you were leaving. That way, when the Beholder hopefully returns to find his experiment thwarted, not everybody else would end up dead again. So, leaving the town, is there any last-minute stuff you guys wanted to grab or try and find? The town's kind of in shambles. That some of the shops are operational, but if there's anybody's looking for anything, now's your last chance to get it here.
Is there a potion shop or shops with potions?
Ocean shop.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check real quick.
I've got to open up tabletop sim. Can someone roll for me?
Sure. I got you.
I mean,
Thank
it's
you.
fine.
Bird people got to stick together.
I was too busy dancing with Pine.
You got 11. I don't know what your modifier is.
Pretty good. About 40%.
Okay. That's not.
Like at least 200% of whatever you rolled is what my...
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right. Also, I am going to go ahead and spin the wheel for last time in just a second here, because IRL Beer was nice enough to donate 500 bits at the very end of last session. So I'm going to let
he
it
was
carry
so
over.
enthusiastic.
It's
He
true.
was banking it, all right? He's
Yeah,
banking it for when
banking
we
it.
start the next time.
Yes.
Exactly.
So, what did you?
Being proactive.
What was your total on investigation then?
11 plus, I think it's like 4 or something.
I also want to do potions
think?
because
I
Okay.
think.
I can check for you too. Okay.
What's
I don't
opening
have any
tabletop?
more.
I guess I'm just playing Akka at this point.
Yeah, there you go. I'll sit and eat nuggets
sit
and make
and-
drunk talk.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, what are you looking for, Briar?
specifically
It's a
healing
+0.
potions.
Oh.
Okay, what did you roll? Go ahead and roll investigation for me if you didn't already.
17.
17. The two of you, it takes a minute, as a lot of the people at this point are beginning to pack things up, or were already dead, or to some extent otherwise indisposed due to the blight that was on their town. But you do manage to find a shop that is selling various sorts of potions. It's not the best stocked, as this is a rather smaller sized town. What exactly are you looking for?
A greater healing potion.
Good.
Let me see.
They saved our ass.
Hmm?
I don't have any left. I have a vial for one.
Okay. Let me double check what they've got.
Am I allowed to have potions?
Yes.
You are.
No.
Absolutely
Get back in the
not.
goddamn corner, Pint.
Sorry.
Who even said you could talk?
You take your 1,000 HP and go home.
Come shopping
her.
with me.
She thinks she's people.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you guys do manage to find this kind of elderly man. You see him kind of hunched over. You see him doing his best to kind of begin packing up this shop, or what's left in the shop. It's largely empty, other than a few potions kind of out. And he appears to be kind of putting those into this crate as it looks like you see, as you kind of enter the shop, you see this kind of wagon outside as he's apparently intending to pack up and leave. What are you guys looking for? Just greater health potion for you. What are you looking for, Pyre?
I'm just looking for any... Oh, I'm looking for health potions, and if he's got anything that's alcoholic or
Okay.
something to try and figure out what's in it.
Sure. Okay, so, just for brevity, there are no greater healing potions. There are 3 regular healing potions, and then an assortment of other types of potions. He has, like, let's see. Just, are you looking for anything, Pyre? Because I've got a list. Do you just want me to...
I'm looking for anything. If you want to send it to me, if that's easier.
Sure. No, he's got
Whatever.
an elixir of sneaking. He's got oil of daylight, potion of dark vision,
That might be good.
That might be really good.
That might be really good.
potion, potion of jump, potion of magic fang, and a potion of shield of faith, and then a a potion of, what was it called? I just lost it. Eagle's splendor.
Eagle Splendor.
Buy an Eagle Splendor. How much is that?
It gives you wisdom or dex?
I don't even care what it does.
Charisma.
Mm.
So it's going to it's an advantage on charisma.
Okay.
As it is, let me see, what is the length on that? Yeah, it's an hour. gives you.
Okay.
You're just like, eagle, what? Eagle? Yeah,
No.
I'll go with that. Yeah.
Hmm.
What's it do? Oh,
Caw!
I don't even care what it does.
Yes, that gives you advantage on charisma saves. So
Okay, cool.
if any of those sounded interesting, I can. Other than that one, I can go ahead and give you the price for that one. But Briar, if you're looking for health potions or whatever, that's about all he's got in here right now. So
How many healing potions?
he has 3.
May I purchase them all?
Yeah, good idea.
Right.
He kind of looks back to you and says, well, I suppose it would make my travels a bit easier if I don't have to carry as much. Would you just like to buy all of them? As he kind of points back.
I would. Is there a buy 2 get 1 free option?
Well, for the healing potions, I suppose I can do 10 gold apiece.
I will take that.
To get rid of them, and if you wish to buy the rest, I need to take a quick inventory, but I'm sure I could work something out for that as well.
Well, I do know my friend would like to purchase more potions as well, but I will certainly take the healing.
All right, and you see he's kind of with shaky hands kind of pulls them back out of the kind of crate he's loading. He says, here you go, and he kind of hands them over to you.
And I hand him the 30 gold.
All right, just mark that out of your inventory. So, Pyre, you are only looking for the Eagle
And
Splendor.
the dark vision.
And Dark
And
Vision.
the dark vision. Yeah.
Okay, for the 2 of them, let me see. I should have had this on the same sheet, but I did not. So, get over it.
I'm over it.
How's that? Good. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
This is why I keep you around. You see, guys, you see that how he didn't sass me even a little bit?
Mm.
You get advantage on everything tonight.
Hey, we did it.
Just kidding, but do add a DM inspiration if you don't have one, because I like the cut of your jib.
All right. I'm down for this. I just showed up and I get like shit. It's cool.
Okay, like shit, it's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, while
that
they're
is a push.
looking for potions, can
Yes.
I put important stuff and look for a jewelry store? So important. Actually, it is.
You were looking for
a
a
joke, but it's needed.
What exactly are you looking for?
A
You're looking for a
diamond.
large diamond?
A big old diamond.
Here.
Okay. Go ahead and you roll me an investigation check as well. So, Pyre, it is, dark vision. It's actually greater dark vision as well. So,
Okay.
so it will give you 120 feet of dark vision for an hour.
It'll give
that-
me my flight speed. Cool.
Yeah, it's gonna increase. Yeah, that's good because you
Don't
won't
run
smack
into
it.
walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the total for the 2 of them, he's just looking to offload them. He's gonna give it to you for 60 gold at this point.
I heard my friend mention a buy 2 get 1 off deal.
Not quite.
I will take one more.
I wouldn't get one off.
He kind of looks. He's like, I suppose you could have some. What? Are you? I could give you a deal on a third if you wish to buy another.
I will take this one for free. And I just pick one up and I thank him.
What? Oh, okay.
I don't know what I got. I just pick random.
Roll me a d6.
Okay. A 1.
Okay. He seems a little sad as you walk away with this potion. But he also seems pretty downtrodden given the situation he is in. You I guess you don't know what it is, but
I have no idea. Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
I love it.
you see this as you kind of like swirl it around. It's a kind of clear, oily looking, almost sort of viscous. Like it's clear like water, but as you slosh it around the sides, you see just a slight film as it goes back down the sides. As you kind of pop the lid, it smells a little bit sweet, but other than that, it's a little bit hard to tell. You have no idea what it is. So,
All right.
Show it
That
to
was
Clee
60
later.
gold.
so
Yeah.
60 gold.
All right. That's gone. Got it.
that's gone.
That's gone.
So,
I'm gonna give
17 on my or 16 on my investigations.
you were going to get.
I was gonna give a healing potion to both Marak and Naka as well.
Okay, so both of
From my
you. I guess I
inventory.
can add one to Marak's inventory in a moment. So Akka has one in his inventory.
Oh, sorry, Mara, not Mara.
Oh, Mara. That makes more
He's not
sense.
with us anymore, is he?
No,
He's
he's
in
still
the
with you
cart.
right now.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
there.
I
he's
don't know if he left or.
He's been very mean to you.
he's been
He
kind
has
of.
been.
Even before he left.
All right. So, what did you get on your investigation check, Clee?
16, 17 minus 1.
You look around. You do manage to find a jewelry shop. As you go inside, there's nothing quite the size of what you need. You see a few smaller diamonds. You see a couple rubies and things. It's a very small, more like a stall. As this person you see is they've kind of opened up their stall, and you see as they're kind of collecting the things off of it, putting them into a bag, also prepping to leave Vorstra.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking for a pretty big diamond. I don't suppose you have any.
How big is pretty big?
That's a good question. What's the biggest diamond you got?
He kind of, you see, I am kind of in a hurry. Do you have money? I just don't. Sorry,
I do have money. I just.
As he kind of fumbles around, you see as he pulls out a diamond. It's kind of large for what a lot of people wear on their finger, but taking a look at it, you know it is not as big as what you were looking for.
Thank you, anyways. But if you know any place that would sell massive diamonds, it'd be very helpful.
Which way does the road take you?
I'm kind of heading.
Wait, it was the shore we're heading?
Yeah, your end goal being Svelton and then the peaks, but
Yeah, but we're heading to the shore right next, right?
it should be in the way. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Unless you do
I think
something weird.
Yeah.
I think the path takes me and my friends to the shore.
I don't think
Then Svelton.
Vishor probably not. Svelton certainly would be a much stronger chance if you're looking for very large precious stones, or really anything valuable or colorful or artsy.
It's more for like magic practice and stuff like that. It doesn't have to look nice.
Well, then your closest bet to here is either Svelton, or if you cross the borders to Asneldor, you may be able to find a dwarf to trade with. I'm not as familiar. I don't often leave Lestoria myself, but I've heard of people getting very good deals from there. I sometimes have things imported, but I don't actually visit myself. But outside of that, you obviously, if you ever make your way towards White Rock, there's a significant chance you'll find what you're looking for there as well.
Putting all this stuff down.
Look at you taking notes. Look at a good boy.
Thanks. And I'm glad that you're all heeding our advice and leaving the city.
Well, I don't have much choice. Half of my clientele are dead, and all their families are dead, and half of the people are leaving. If my job here is trade, I don't think I shall be getting much done anytime soon.
But how long have you lived in this city?
Oh, I've only been here for the past 2 years or so, but I'm okay. I'll be moving on. I'm used to it at this point.
That dwarvish man who was really passionate about us not leaving. Do you know him at all?
I'm sorry. What? I don't know who you're speaking of. What? Do you have a name?
No big deal. I don't think I got his name. Or he said it when he was yelling, and I didn't hear it. It's probably the second one.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't know.
It's
Without,
okay.
I really must be going. Best of luck
yeah,
on your
yeah.
travels.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the information, and safe travels.
And for you as well. He kind of gives you a bow, and you see him continue to pack up his things. So, Mara, did you want anything? Because you asked about, you asked if you could have potions, and you did not speak up. So this is.
No, because BB bought all of it, and also I.
Yeah, BB. God, being generous.
Okay, wait, never mind. I found it now.
Yeah, it doesn't show up for healing for some reason, but if you type in potion of
Mhm.
healing shows. up.
Yes.
Well, I looked up healing and then it only showed me greater. so
The string matching on D&D Beyond needs a little
It's
bit of
not
work.
the best, yeah.
A little bit of a revamp, yeah.
Yes, but
It
you know,
It
we're getting there.
worked for me. Anyway.
It didn't work for me when I typed in
No,
healing.
I just cleared it out and I found it. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Also, what was it was Eagle something? I can't find
Eagle
that
yeah,
one.
Splendor.
I'll have to add
Eagle
it in there for
Splendor.
you.
Okay,
It's
cool,
a
cool,
homebrew item.
Oh, it
Ah.
shouldn't be.
It is for this edition. There's not one in there right now.
That's
Huh.
lame.
That's interesting.
Potion.
Right. So,
No. Okay.
what was it? What was it? What?
Instead, is there an extra ragey potion for whenever I rage?
An extra ragey potion? Not in this town. You may be able to find. You may be able to find one in the future, but here it looks like no. So, with everybody having done, as long as you all marked off your gold and put the things in your inventory you need, and I'll add the other thing in there for you shortly, Pyre. The other two. Or did you find a potion of dark? Yeah, say potion of dark vision. I'll need to add in there, and then the Eagle Splendor. I'll need to add in there for you.
Okay, perfect.
With that out of the way, you guys now headed north, kind of northwest along the border between Listoria and Asnildor, following this road, which now will be taking you towards Vishor, and then shortly after that to Svelten. The total travel time for these two places is going to take you guys about 2 weeks. So if there's anything
damn.
major you want to be doing in that time, or any stops you are looking for, or anything along the way, now is the time to do it, as this is going to be a little bit of downtime for you guys. Also, as a reminder to you, Mara, if you need to have spells cast back into your weapon,
Yes.
now would be a good time to do that. So
And they're
just
level 1
Yeah.
spells that you need, right?
two level 1 spells for
And
Mara's
that-
axe.
For my dagger as well, just putting all healing stuff in there.
Okay.
Somebody attune my axe.
I don't mind. What kind of spells would you like?
I don't know. What are you willing to give?
I have a few level 1 spells, but if there's anything specific you'd want, are you looking to do more damage to protect yourself a little more? I don't know what this weapon can.
Okay, question for you, DM.
Uh-huh.
If I give her inflict wounds, can she attack and use inflict wounds because it's a touch, or would she just touch?
Let me read inflict wounds. That's a great question.
That's interesting on a weapon, yeah, because if the
'Cause
weapon
that's-
touches,
Yeah, because that's like a Magus thing in Pathfinder.
Yes, it's
Where you
specific.
do that sort of thing.
Make a make a melee spell attack
Yeah.
against a creature you can reach.
But if it's a weapon that has its spell
yeah,
flooring.
it's a touch one, so
So a melee spell attack would normally be you make a melee attack plus your spell casting modifier.
Is that really how it goes?
I would
I thought
assume-
I thought it was like just a touch.
Attack save is just melee. Oh, the reason they say melee spell attack.
Yeah,
they
because
should
you
just
have
say
to be right next to them.
They should just say melee attack.
Yeah.
It's
It's
some
the wording seems a little
shaky
off.
ground, but sure, that sounds fun. Let's do it.
I mean, she only gets to use it once anyways. It's fine.
Yeah.
I could put it okay. I'm going to put 2 spells in for her.
Okay.
I'll give her shield,
Okay.
and I'll give her inflict wounds.
Okay. I like that. It's enough fun that I don't care if it breaks anything.
Cool.
So
I'm into it.
at least for now, I might take it down to like 2d10 instead of 3 or something, because that's just so much damage.
I mean, they can save against it.
Do I have
No,
to
they
put
can't.
that-
If
Yeah,
it
they
hits, if it
can.
hits, it hits.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, no. And she's got a plus. Yeah, no. So
I mean, if you find a game breaking, it could always be double rolled.
Yeah, but
you
if
get
it's-
a chance to hit that,
It's
chance
fine.
to hit the next.
yes, ma'am,
Yeah.
Mara.
Do I have to put that anywhere in D&D Beyond, or do I have to remember?
Just drop. You can drop it in your notes section. That's probably the
Yeah,
easiest
drop
place
it
to
in
do it.
Oh, I just put it in my notebook.
I'll say,
Oh, there you go.
that works
That's
too.
fine. Yeah, that's
I'll
fine.
say,
Be careful with this one. It hurts a lot.
For me or for the person?
Oh, for the person.
Okay.
They'll kind of look like a little bit of a raisin as their body kind of fills with necrotic energy, and it's nasty to look at, but it's very effective. And with this one, if you're getting hit or you think you're going to get hit, you pop it and you get a little bit more protection for a little while. Not very long, but just enough.
So, and to be clear, so, because Pint, you've never used shield before, because you've never needed to. But shield adds +5 to your AC for a round, so that means if you get attacked any times during that round, you can add +5 to your AC, which I think for you would make it 19, I believe. Anyways, so there's that. And as promised, I'm gonna go ahead and spin the wheel.
And it's a reaction. So
It is a
if
reaction.
If you're getting attacked and it's not your turn, you can instantly pop it. And if someone attacks you with magic missile, you can pop it, and you take no damage from magic missile.
All right, so rejuvenation got spun.
Ooh, we don't.
Not gonna be super useful yet, but I'll let you bank it throughout the session in case you need it.
Gotcha.
Just because there's gonna be a more RP heavy session.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I think we're good to go. So, as you guys head on down the road, you now begin preparing your spells, things like that. Akka, do you want to go ahead and make another? Okay. So go ahead and roll. Go and roll with your brewery kit. Just roll me a nature check first.
Brewery. Oof. So that's 4.
It says, oh, God.
All right. So
I'm gonna grab all the herbs I can. Just
You
whatever.
do.
Grass.
You do. As you go looking
Grass.
around, you recall sort of what the grass looks like, but as you're getting further north, like it's becoming a little bit of a different shade, you think, but it still looks the same. So you kind of grab a few handfuls of it, and as you go to kind of ferment these different grasses and herbs.
You want me to talk to it?
I'm gonna walk back and hold it in front of Mara's face. Can you talk to it and ask it if it is what I'm looking for?
No, you killed it.
I'm gonna hold it in my hands.
As
and
she
weep.
goes to listen to it, she just hears the thousands of screams of the uprooted grass. They're like, why? So, as you ferment it and you take your time, you think you've got the process down now. However, as you kind of lift the lid after about a week or so, it comes out smelling a lot more pungent and a lot less alcohol-y than you were expecting. You see kind of some weird globules have appeared to have grown on top of the liquid. It's not looking like quite what you're used to.
Okay, I want Marok to try it.
Oh.
He said he'd try anything I made.
He
He did. He said it.
He's going to try it. He said, whatever. And he kind of grabs it. Let me roll Constitution save for Mark here. That's a natural 1. And now he's dead.
Oh, that's easy.
There we go.
That's it.
I made a fucking highly potent toxic.
So no,
Let's
Marok,
go.
you see as he kind of like, he's like, you sure this is edible? So he kind of like just whatever, and he just drinks it anyways. And for the next 2 days, he is kind of hung over the back of the wagon, vomiting and
Okay,
and
in the first day, because I don't want to deal with his whining. I know he would fucking whine the entire time. I'm going to use to cure a disease or neutralize a poison effect with 5 lay on hands.
Okay.
Not fucking doing that.
as he is currently relieving himself from both ends, you go up like kind of reaching out and put
Just kinda like-
you lay on hands from far away as you can, and in a few moments it does cease as you see him kind of sit. He's like, I need your help. Just kind of heads back in, seems to be pouting, reading his book in the corner.
Thank you, Clee. Oh, you're welcome.
He does not acknowledge you
No.
in any way. After
I'll
the next
pour out this batch. This one's spent.
That's yeah. I'll go over and I'll be like, here, I'll press the digitation to make it clean, so it's not like funky inside.
It is still funky. There's less gross in it. But even still, the liquid is kind of an unappealing consistency, being more of a kind of a liquidy, almost gelatin, rather than a actual alcoholic liquid.
Yellow shots.
It could be.
Keep trying, buddy. I'm sure you'll get it.
I will master this.
I'm sure you will.
So over about the next 5 days or so, you guys managed to have mostly sunny travels on your way to Vishor. Yes, Clay.
Before that, I'd want to try to find a time when Mora is kind of like not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like go over and like sip cider.
And that was crazy back there, right?
Yeah, I died.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about that actually. I'm sorry. I saw Akka and I saw you and I acted on impulse and I saved him. And because of that, you died. And if it wasn't for Walla, you wouldn't be here. I can understand if you're angry with me or if you hate me, but I just wanted to tell you I'm sorry.
I mean, I would have did the same for Rocky if he was in the same position.
It doesn't change the fact that I didn't come to your aid. I panicked when I saw him, and they were bringing him over to that ooze, whatever it was. They were gonna kill him, and you needed more help, and I knew that. Yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say.
Well, thank you. Anyway,
If you ever need any spells for your sword, I'm here.
thank you.
You
If
see
you ever
here
need anyone,
Marok kind of pipe up. He says, "It's an axe."
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Again, so many games. It's an axe for your axe.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I-
I'll be sure to ask you.
That is a joke.
Well, I tried.
and if you ever need to talk about anything, I'm all ears. No, I'm not all ears. I'm here though.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, that's going on.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to be like each day practicing my polymorph spell, and one of them would be turning myself into a cat to play with cat.
Oh.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay. Sure. I mean, how many? That's 4th level, right? 4th level spell slot, and you have one of those or 2?
Yes. One.
Okay. Sure. I mean, turning into a cat at this point for you, it takes a little bit of concentration, but second day it's like child's play. As you begin trying kind of larger forms, they do get a little more difficult, but you begin to master those as well. Anything in particular you are doing with cat as a cat?
I suppose with one of the many feathers that I'm sure fall off Akka and Klee,
Okay.
My feathers
We're,
are
like,
pristine. What do you
passing
mean?
it back and forth and chasing it and playing with it.
She seems to be having a good time, and as you are a cat, you can actually somewhat speak with her. It seems as though the time spent as a cat has kind of begun to slowly degrade some of her grasp of language and things. But she's as she begins to talk with you, you see inside of her kind of the child that was begin to reemerge more and more. And as you begin to play with her kind of for the first time, she seems to be a little bit happy again since the passing of her father. So that is anything else you want to do. That is noted, though.
Not at this time, thank you.
Okay. Any other fun forms you wanted to try out with polymorph?
Yeah, I wanted to do an eagle one day, a giant eagle, and
Okay.
then
Oh,
to
Good
like,
one.
for my friends there.
That is excellent. You should do that all
The
the
good
time.
form. You should
You
just
look
say that
much better.
all the time.
The three
And
of them
then-
now flying away, leaving Mara and Marok.
To fly around, yeah.
I'm gonna turn to Clee and be like, she has a very strong beak.
She's
It
good
looks
at
very
this.
good.
Yeah. Very impressive wingspan.
Some would say above average.
Very above average.
Wow.
Wow.
And
And
some
then-
some would say her fly speed is faster than Klee's too.
Probably. I'm not
At
a
80
fast boy.
feet.
Jeez.
Ooh.
That's real good. Isn't that faster than you too?
No.
Oh.
Well, that's if you. What is your natural fly speed?
My natural. It actually might be faster than my natural.
Because that's not at a
Um,
dash. She could technically dash
Yeah.
at
Oh, I thought it was her
160
her
feet.
dash.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
mine's
no.
65.
Ooh.
He beats me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll like show off a little bit.
Yeah, as suddenly you guys see as Briar manages to, with a beat of her wings, just take off ahead of you.
Okay, now I feel like she's encroaching on what makes us special.
No, we could totally do that if we wanted to.
Yeah, we just don't want to tire ourselves out. I mean, there could be a fight at any moment.
Right? And we have to be prepared.
Yeah, we need to be
Yeah.
ready, vigilant.
Yeah.
We're smart.
Very.
How are we now?
The last the last one would be a giant ape and playfully arm wrestle or wrestle with Mara so she can like train grappling and stuff.
Okay. The two of you go ahead and make me a athletics check then, I guess.
Okay.
But you'll have to do it as an ape now. Would you have an athletics of +9?
Oh my god.
I do? Well, that's good because I gotta roll the 2. So 11.
19.
Oh.
So
You're going-
even
Gonna own
even
me.
even in your enormous form, which for reference by the book is huge. It is a huge form, not even a
huge
large
beast.
form. So you see as this enormous gorilla that Briar's turned into kind of leans down like hunched over and kind of clasps hands with Mara, and somehow Mara still manages to come out on top.
I'm strong.
So, with that wrapping up, you guys now seeing the town of Vishor ahead of you. It is much smaller than probably any of the towns. This is probably the smallest town you've been to. A large hamlet or a small town is probably the best way to put this. There's maybe 200, 300 people living here at most. It is kind of close to the border, though, of Azneldur, and you see a kind of road kind of leading off towards what you know to be the coast, and then another road heading into the territory of Azneldur, as you see the kind of mountains up ahead of you, or I'm sorry, to your east, this kind of long mountain range that you've been now traveling along for the past few days. Up ahead of you, everybody just roll me a perception check real quick.
Oof.
I see
13. I see nothing. The goggles, they do nothing.
They do not do.
5.
21.
Okay. Let me roll for Marok real quick. I don't. That's a nat 5. So,
Hey, same as me.
Briar, the day's a bit hazy, but you manage to just like as you're kind of looking up ahead, following the mountain range along, you see an area far, far in the distance, just barely, the tip of this this mountain that seems to stand up above the rest, even from this distance. And around it, you see almost this almost circular, swirling vortex of cloud and storm, just constantly, almost focused perfectly around this peak. It's a little difficult to make out from here, but you gather that to be your destination, far in the distance there. Even at this, like, even from this vantage point, it looks kind of menacing.
Oh dear, do you all see that in the distance there? It looks like Tempest Peaks, our destination.
You're arriving at destination.
Now arriving.
Destination on the
Now arriving.
left.
Oh, wow. It's either that's... Wow, that is massive and terrifying. I'm sure we'll be fine. We can all fly, right?
Those
Yes.
clouds look quite scary.
Some would say that we were even faster than eagles.
I would say that.
I would say that
mean-
too. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure if you flap your wings a little harder, you could be.
I mean, you don't want to overexert yourself, is all.
That's true.
Beginner's luck.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
So, entering the town of Ashore, no gates, no walls around this town. It's just a kind of open forum. Just you see a very small market. There's a single inn, maybe a blacksmith, like a single blacksmith. But outside of that, there's no real shops to speak of. This is largely just a stopover. They appear to be largely a hunting and kind of small crops focused town. There seems to be a few people who appear to be growing a few smaller staple crops, while you do see various beasts kind of hung up, like a very large elk type creature kind of suspended in the air as it is apparently being ready to be cleaned. You see various different people wearing leathers and things, and there's a larger number of dwarves in this town than there have been in most of the other places you have visited so far, which is saying something given how small it is. But nothing in particular standing out here is unusual, just kind of a stopover along the way. If there's any last minute stuff you guys want to grab, though, supplies wise, food, blankets, different leathers or coats or anything like that.
There's some
Food might be
we
good.
had to spend or something.
What'd you say, Mara?
In.
Oh, did we? I'm sorry, I'm busy storytelling. Thank you. Let's go
I'm
ahead.
just busy doing DM things. No big deal.
Yeah, it's okay. Just interrupt me whenever. It's fine.
Nobody's spending money on your channel or anything. It's fine.
I know.
Hey.
I'll see my way out.
So
There you go.
you guys will all get one advantage to use tonight whenever you like. So there you go.
I got. Ooh,
Each
okay.
of us?
Yeah, everybody gets one for that one. Just a single one.
Okay.
A single advantage. So, as you enter the town, nothing particularly out of the ordinary. You see a few people milling about, but otherwise it's quiet, it's small, and unassuming. So it looks to be largely useless for you guys as far as, like, if you wanted diamonds or potions. This is a very
Not a very good place to go.
not a super magical town. But
You said it has leathers?
yes, they have a lot of leathers and other kind of hunting and kind of like outdoorsman type things available.
Can we go shopping?
Makeover.
Sure.
Or perhaps
Let's-
any upgraded leather armor?
Like bracers would be great too.
what type of armor are you currently wearing?
Just leather.
So you're not wearing
armor.
studded leather?
None.
Well, I don't think barbarians can wear anything, right?
Barbarians would, barbarians would do worse if they were wearing
Yeah.
armor. So let me take a look, because I think you're just wearing regular leather, in which case you could upgrade to studded leather. But just roll me an investigation check.
Would anyone else like to?
I would like to as well.
I'll help. I don't mind.
What are you look? Oh, you guys are just assisting. Okay, then just roll with advantage, Briar.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Yeah. That was a bad roll. That's better. 16.
Okay, 16. It doesn't take long. It's a small town. It's not hard to find what is available. You do find one shop that appears to be selling various different leathers and leather armors and everything from leather water skins to wine skins to various different things like that. You do see that they have studded leather available. However, there is another character who kind of walks up out of the woods. He says, "Hey, I just killed a guy, and I got this off him. I don't know if it's worth anything to you." You see he lays some kind of finer-looking leathers down on the table. They appear to have some kind of like blue accents with a bit of like almost kind of white and then a silver inlay in the middle. You're not familiar with the symbol that's on it, but they appear to be pretty clean. If he killed somebody and took them, it was a clean kill.
Do you mind if we back it up a little bit?
And to be clear, he's walked into the store where you guys are currently looking around. He's offering this to the store to buy.
Did you?
What, you killed somebody?
Laddie.
Oh yeah, I killed. It's kind of my job.
But why?
To kill people?
I mean, isn't that what we do?
We kill monsters and stuff,
We have a
and
purpose.
yeah. Did you just go around killing anybody who looks like they're wearing something fancy?
Now look,
Get behind me.
I'm licensed by Lastoria as a bounty hunter. I think I'm entitled to keep what I get from my work.
Oh, a bounty hunter.
Well, what does this symbol mean on it? It's quite lovely.
Well, this one was a they're from Svelton, one of the families there. Why?
Oh, I just
Who's
fancy
asking?
decorations on my armor, as you can see.
Ah, yeah, that's some interesting gear you got there. Where's that from?
Oh, I made it myself.
Oh, very nice. You sure you want to be swapping from that to something
That looks
More-
like garbage.
more urban?
Well, I can always decorate it.
I suppose you can. If you've made that, I don't see why you couldn't. But I am trying to sell it if you're willing to make an offer. The shopkeep kind of pipes, excuse me, if you're going to be doing business of my business, please do it outside of my business.
Oh,
Mind
yes,
your
of course.
business.
I do apologize.
Mind your business.
So he kind of steps outside. He's like, I mean, if you're willing to make me a good enough offer, I can hand it over. And as you kind of inspect these leathers, they are of a fine sort of make. He didn't tell you who it was that the symbol was from. You gather with a little bit of work, you could kind of style it to match your own. It's almost the symbol that's on it. It doesn't appear to have any specific shape. Like it's not shaped like an animal or a person or anything. It's just some sort of insignia. But yeah, if you gather that you could probably restyle it if you desired to. It would take you a little bit of time.
I would like to cover up that insignia
Okay. Very good.
Ah.
with my leaves and stuff.
Very good. So, sure. If you would like to purchase it from him, he is willing to part with it for a 100 gold pieces.
Well, I think that's a fair offer.
Pretty reasonable.
For studded leather?
This is, she didn't ask. It appears to be nicer than that.
Can I-
Can it take a hit?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had to get a little close and personal. I can recognize quality when I see it, so I tried to go straight for the clean kill without getting it all over the armor itself.
Is it magical in any way?
What's your name?
It is.
You may
slight.
also want to get a neck guard for it, apparently.
Do all of you people always ask one person this many questions at the same time?
Yes.
It's kind of our job.
Right.
Who
well,
are you?
My name is Olak Vord. I kind of make my way around Lastoria. Just doing odd jobs for bounty hunting where I can. Keeps me on the move. Keeps me paid. Food in the belly and, money in the bank, so I can't complain.
Okay.
So it is, for reference, it is going to be +1. Actually, I can add it to your inventory if you wish to buy it.
I do.
Volak.
Olak
Olak.
Vord.
Like
Orchard Fork. Got it.
Nailed it. Thank you.
Ovador.
Thank you, Pyre.
Board.
That is
You're welcome.
that is exactly what I was looking for. So you can add +1 studded leather armor to your inventory.
Damn! That's a
Right.
good price. Is that a good price for it? I don't know. It seems like a good price for it.
It's pretty decent. They get more exponentially more expensive as you
Yeah.
add pluses. 100 gold, again, as a reminder for anybody who's new here. The economy is roughly like 100 gold, or 1 gold is like $10, give or take. So it's about
studded leather
$1,000.
+1.
Studded leather +1.
Okay.
So it's about $1,000,
Awesome.
which is a pretty good deal. If you bought it new, you gather it would have been more expensive, but it did come off a admittedly dead guy.
Who did
So-
you kill?
It was priced to sell.
Well,
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
he gives you a nod. He's like, "All right, well, see you around." He kind of hands it over and just,
Who did you kill?
"Why are you so nosy?
I don't know, just my nature.
Roll me a Roll me a persuasion check.
She is a barbarian. It's kind of her thing.
What did you get?
Oh dang it! I closed out of.
Tabletop sim. Do you want me to roll for
Do you
you?
need to
I
roll?
rolled a 17, but
Oh.
I closed out of the other.
Oh, D&D
Ah.
round.
You rolled. Oh, okay, gotcha. I need to know if it's a plus or a minus modifier.
Just hold on a second.
I can pull it out.
What was it?
Persuasion 17. She rolled.
She has a +0 in
Okay.
persuasion.
Okay. It's like, well, if you must know, I didn't get his name, but he is one of the servants of a man named Kyle Strick, whose family is from Svelton. They just gave me a bit of material to track him by. It only took me a few days to find him. A few more days to locate his specific location, as he had fled into Asnildur, and I took care of him there and brought this back here, as well as proof of Kyle Strick.
Yeah, whatever.
He's from a kind of wealthy mercantile family in Svelton. I don't know, I believe they trade in various different like silks and other fine textiles. They're competing with the Weaversmith family there, but it's not much of a competition, truth be told. The Weaversmiths are far, far superior in every way.
I don't even like buying clothes, but if it comes from a family called Weaversmith, I mean, there's no competing with that.
Comes from the Strix.
It just seems enticing, right?
It does.
Well,
It
they
rolls off the Weavers.
make they make fine wares. Certainly, they found a way to kind of to textilize mithril in a way that it's a lot more showy, maybe not more protective, but it certainly looks a little bit more like dressy leathers. It still handles a bit like some heavier armors, but it's definitely a little more attractive on the eyes. This is not one of theirs, unfortunately, or I would have been charging a lot more. I probably, heck, would have kept it for myself at that point, but the Strix still make good armor, so I hope it serves you well.
So you're saying they take cloth and they Weaversmith mithril inside of it?
That is the gist of it, yes.
Okay.
Is it Weaver Smith or Weaver Smelton?
Weaversmith.
Okay.
It's Svelton. That's the name of the town.
Okay.
We're getting this all.
Svelton is the name of the town.
Yeah, we're getting this all crisscross.
Well,
I was writing things down and then you started talking really fast. So it stopped.
He was trying to avoid us asking more questions.
do you know much about this town that we're in? Do you know where you can find weapons?
Weapons here? No, probably not much.
First time being here. Thanks for that.
I mean, you can find some things in Svelton. You can find just about everything in Svelton, except most of it's a little, well, let's say pretty. And some things work really well, and some things are just pretty. And everything is expensive.
Gotcha. Well, don't get killed.
I'll just walk away.
He kind of like just squints as
Thank you
he
for your time.
squints at the group. He says, "Yeah, you either. Have a good one." He just kind of, you see him sling a pack over his back as he begins to make his way away.
Bounty hunters, man.
We go. Does anyone want to go back into the shop and still look around?
I would like to look. But before that, if I've got bracers, Mason,
Yes.
does that count as armor?
Do they count as armor? For your purposes, generally not, no.
Okay.
They're more like an accessory.
Okay. Because I wanted to see if they have any, but I didn't want to lose unarmored defense.
Sure. So you were looking for bracers just in general?
Just in general, yeah.
Can I check to see if they have any +1 studded leather armor?
In the shop?
Yeah.
As you look around the shop, it doesn't appear that they do.
Damn it.
They do have studded leather armor. This guy though, he's mainly a leather worker.
Yeah.
He doesn't appear to have been trained in any way to enchant anything.
It's cool. It's cool.
Okay.
I would like to sell the. Well, I can't put it on yet, but can I sell the leather?
The leather one.
The regular leather that I have.
You can sell your regular leather. It's not going to net you much, but you can, if you'd like to sell it, you can.
Do we have stuff? Oh wait, don't sell shit here. We're selling.
Yeah, right. Fuck this town.
This town they got copper.
Oh.
We are too good and civilized.
I love how bougie you're acting.
I
Like
said-
all these fucking.
I didn't realize
Okay,
How-
never mind.
elitist my group had become, but
Yeah. Oh, is that leather armor? Get that out of my face.
They don't even have +3 armor.
Wiggins,
Sludge
bring the
alcohol.
motorized rolling ham. We need to leave this place.
okay.
You just made sludge alcohol and you're just. Excuse me.
Do you have studded already?
Yeah, I've started.
Okay. Gotcha.
With that out of the way, so you guys, any last minute stuff before you leave shore?
My bracers.
Braces. So you are looking for. You're not wearing any at all.
I'm not wearing any bracers. No, I only have my my garb on.
Okay.
The one that was fancy that we bought.
I mean,
you still wearing the fancy
Oh
one?
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's probably
I can't wear
full of-
armor. I may as well look good.
Probably full of like blood and stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll
afraid.
clean it up for you. Press to digitize it until it's clean.
roll me, Aka. Just roll me a flat d20.
Flat d20, and we got a 13.
There are leather bracers. None of them appear to have any specific magical effects. If you just like to buy them for looks, or for, if you would like to, you can use them to like tie other things too. If you're just using them to like hold daggers in or something like that, you can certainly do that. But there don't appear to be any. If you're looking for something to increase your defense or something like that, there's nothing of magical nature in this guy's shop right now.
I will buy them anyways.
Okay.
Because they look nice.
Because they look nice, and we might be able to get them enchanted later.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
It's only 5 gold.
Yeah.
Is they're
Okay.
pretty basic. Just
And
some
these are the
sort of-
nicest ones they have?
The nicest ones this guy has. They appear to be made of some sort of deerskin leather. It's kind of pliable and light. It feels pretty decent. But otherwise, it's nothing super fancy.
I will take these, and I'm just gonna drop, I guess, 5 gold. I guess I knew
Okay.
there was a sign.
There was a sign, yeah, 5 gold bracers.
Yeah,
He got his
Blow out
labeler
sale.
out, and he was just. All right, so
No, they look nice.
Yes, these are very soft touch, and I'm gonna rub them on his face.
Oh, that's nice.
I can feel it through my feathers.
Well, yeah. If you wanted magic ones, though, you should have probably checked if the previous town Vorstra had any.
I was worried they would be cursed.
Hmm. It's probably a good idea not to have bought anything from there then.
Yeah, except these things we're going to drink, and I'm gonna like show a potion.
Okay.
I don't know what this one is.
Can I see it?
Sure, I'm gonna hand it over.
And then I'm gonna like sniff it and try to
Did
do
you just
an-
make that noise with your mouth?
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go. Like
I can't do
it
that.
sounded
Damn.
perfect. Very good.
Yeah,
Hey.
that was good.
Thank you. Oh, you're noticing.
Okay.
my s-
Okay. Would you just-
Do I get a TM inspiration?
I want to thank my mom and all of you for watching.
So what were you doing? You took the potion.
Rolling
thing.
Arcana on it. I rolled. That's a 21 total.
I mean, it's a magic potion.
I
It's
can't
definitely
tell what it
magic.
is with that Arcana.
Wow.
It's,
That's harsh.
it's you don't have identify. You gather from the looks of it, a lot of potions that end up being this level of clarity are either for, either being invisible or being lightweight or something, or as you kind of look at the viscosity of it, it could even be like a slick something. It's hard to say. I mean, you don't know. You're not an alchemist by any stretch.
No, but maybe I'm practicing.
No. You're not.
Maybe on the down low.
You could begin if you would like.
On the trip here, could have started.
If you would like to acquire a book to teach you that, I'm sure you could find one.
Okay, no big deal. No big
Sure.
deal. It's all good.
But as it is right now, you're not just gonna. That's like picking up like a random bottle of alcohol and being like, "Oh yes, I know how this was made and exactly what it tastes like just from looking at it on the outside."
You don't know me.
With no label.
Well, best bet is probably a potion of invisibility. Don't quote me on that. It could be a potion of causes you to explode into a ball of fire.
Should we make Morok try it? Make sure it is safe?
I know, but if it's a good potion, I don't want to waste it.
Ah, this is why you're the brains.
I'm really not. Oh God, no.
All right. So, as you guys continue, again, is about one more week after you leave the shore before you reach Svelton. The going is fairly smooth along the road. Wait, do I still have... I just realized I have something like playing in my background. Where's that coming from? When did I do this? Whatever. I just realized I have the fire sound going in the background like somewhere, and I don't know where it is.
I heard
Sounds
that.
nice.
It
but
does. It's
I didn't-
relaxing.
It is in the game, and it's the bonfire in the middle of the...
Yeah. It just
Is
kind
it?
of. Yeah.
Yes, it is. 'Cause
okay.
I heard it too, and I was like, what the fuck is that?
All right. So, over the next week, things go fairly smoothly. You do finally feel the winds of winter kind of beginning to sweep in, bringing a chill about the air in general. Fall has pretty much begun to officially come to an end. You see the last of the changed leaves, the colors finally turning to a brown as the last few are beginning to fall off as you make your way up towards Svelton. The mountains to your east all appear to have very thick snow caps on them, and as you go each day, you notice as it tends to build and build down the mountain. Now, approaching Svelton after about a week of travel, you guys see ahead of you. It is a large walled city with a kind of small river running through it, coming down from the mountains, which it's kind of sitting at the base of. As you look at this town now, from far away, it's, even from this distance, seems a bit lively. As you get closer, you can tell Svelton is a kind of veritable collage of different colors, and there's tapestries and banners and other draperies kind of hanging across the streets from one building to another. You see these, each stall and each building and each shop is all decorated in various different colors and all sorts of different silks and fancy other textiles that most of you probably are not familiar with at this point, being that most of you came from the wild, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's-
Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a city that
Yeah.
clearly puts form above function. From top to bottom, everything from the way their buildings are built to the way the streets are laid out to the way people dress here. You see all the streets are filled with kind of paintings and rugs, toys, glass sculptures, things like that, various different artistries. This appears to be a very kind of artistic Renaissance sort of town. You do see all the trappings you are used to normally seeing amongst the regular cities you have visited thus far. However, everything has extra pizzazz to it. You see even the blacksmith's shop has just some sort of, maybe a silver sort of metal or something, kind of this filigree around the sign to make it stand out. And inside, instead of being this kind of dingy black shop like you're used to seeing with just kind of dust and soot and the various different metal works everywhere, everything is arranged in a very nice order as you look around. The same with the armorsmith shop. Everything is kept neat and tidy. And every weapon and every piece of armor, every shop you see, has some sort of flair to it. It's definitely different from everything that you guys have seen thus far, which was either closer to being wild or a little more utilitarian as far as cities go. Certainly nice cities like Kildan, but this is a different type of people. A different type of people live in Svelton.
Is that like what we saw on the sign when we came in?
Yes.
We're a different type
We're
of people.
different. It's difficult to tell how much of the the flashiness is real.
Yeah.
As in, like, you see a weapon, it's like, ooh, that looks like it could be a decorative piece. You don't know if it's for show or if it's real. Nothing seems fake per se, but it is a little bit difficult to tell what is purely decorative and what is made for physical use.
Like a lot of stuff is embellished almost.
Everything's embellished, inlaid, adorned. Everything is fancy.
Some just come bolted to the plaque.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep an eye out for a weapons store
Okay.
and a jewelry store as we're heading through.
There are definitely a few of each. And as you guys make your way into this town, though it's not the biggest city you've ever been to, it's bigger than probably the last 3, smaller than Keldon, but it is a pretty large city. And even so, you feel like the streets stay extra packed. It's as if people are constantly out, going back and forth, buying something. You see people carrying things, buying things. You see servants kind of following different families around, carrying different luggages or kind of holding the backs of their clothing and capes and dresses off the ground. It's definitely an active town. People appear to stay out and about regularly. However, things appear to be, even as you kind of take a glance around, it seems as though they're even preparing for maybe some sort of winter's festival, a bit early at this point, as they appear to be putting up a few different, like they've cut down a rather large sort of evergreen tree, and it appears to be erected in the middle of town, has various different like trappings around it of ribbon and tinsel and things like that. But you are looking for a weapons shop.
Yeah. Also,
And jewelry.
Can I just say, fuck this town for putting up Christmas decorations in October?
It's
November,
first of
by
all,
the
it's
way.
November.
It's us. For us, it's November, but for like in game, isn't it like October-ish? You said it's like.
We just finished the Halloween event, so I mean,
Yeah.
It was the end of. I mean, it was the end.
Okay, well then,
And plus, it's been 2
beginning
weeks.
November, they still have to have fantasy
Also-
Thanksgiving first. Thank you
Also,
very
it's
much.
also it's been 2 weeks, so
Oh, that's fair.
it's middle.
Either way,
and,
fuck 'em.
And it's not November.
It's in
Yeah, I know that they have different names.
It's-
for all
it's
it's early-
Storm.
It's
You
early
idiot.
winter. It's currently, I
Yeah.
believe, the 3rd week of early winter.
probably humming Christmas carols in July.
The third 10 day, as it were, of early winter. So, go ahead and roll me an investigation check, because I assume you are looking.
Yeah,
I mean, you
I'd
can
let everyone-
find just about anything you need. Are you trying to discern for something that is a little more substance over show, I would assume?
Definitely for
Okay.
both. And even if it's like an arcane shop that for the diamond, because that's something that would, yeah. And I'd let everyone else know to like keep an eye out for me.
Okay.
Apparently,
look
I
for
need
an
to buy a
enchanter as well.
candelabra.
Oh come on! It was almost a natural 20. It's a 5. Sorry, a 4 because it's a 9 minus 1.
There are some really pretty swords around here.
Cool.
There's some really pretty stuff, and you manage to walk into a shop. The guy you see behind the counter is kind of this taller, elven man. Says, "Oh yes, it's very good to see you. Welcome to the store. Could I be helping you to find anything in particular today?"
I don't think I've ever been told it's good to see me.
"Oh, but it is always fantastic to see people who come into Elfin's shop."
Okay, I'm looking for. Well, I use this whip a lot, and it's great, and it's helpful, and it does the job. But I'm looking for something a little bit more substantial.
Yes, it looks archaic. It's absolutely atrocious. I think we can find you something much more beautiful.
Yes.
I was looking for like maybe if you could like add like things to the end so that it hurts a lot more, or like notching it a bit, put little spikes or something coming out of it. That'd be really cool.
Oh, of course we can do that. It's a little bit to work with, as it's a little plain, but I would be happy to make this the most beautiful, most deadly whip you've ever seen.
Okay, emphasis on the deadly. It usually gets covered in blood and stuff, so beautiful's not terribly important for me right now.
Oh, no. Anything worth killing is worth killing beautifully.
No?
I'm just gonna start slowly backing up.
No. No.
Well, whenever you change your mind,
I like.
I will
close
always
the
be
door,
here.
But peek it in and be like,
Nope.
Okay.
Guy's crazy.
What did he say?
He was saying, anything worth killing is worth killing beautifully.
What does that even mean?
I don't even know. I don't think he's ever killed anything in his life.
I mean, maybe if you execute the right blow to the throat, it could be. Maybe he's talking about form.
No, I think he was talking about upselling me for like something crazy expensive.
Okay.
And we were warned this place would be like this.
Mara, you were looking for something?
I said, I think I'm supposed to buy a candelabra.
wait. A full
You heard the
candelabra?
woman.
A full candelabra, like.
I was told to buy a candelabra.
For D&D Hanukkah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Eight crazy nights of death.
Fantasy
Maybe I want
Hanukkah.
to kill somebody with it. You don't know my life.
I mean, there are plenty of candelabras.
If we fight the beholder and you like stab it in all the eyes at the same time, if they're all lined up with the candelabra.
That kind of, it's not like a single candelabra, and it's like a
Yeah.
A menorah?
A menorah.
yes. I would like to purchase one menorah, please. It is the celebration.
Tis
of
the
life.
season.
How fine of a menorah are you looking for?
A sharp one.
Sharp.
What does that even mean?
One that has the pokey things for the candles.
Oh, okay.
What
So
are
a
you,
pitchfork.
are you talking about a trident?
Sure, yeah.
That's not
No.
a candelabra.
Okay, you know the ones that are like flat and they've got the little like nails sticking
I
up and
know.
you can put them
Yeah.
around? Yeah.
Flat, and you have the little pokey thing in the middle so the candles don't fall off.
Roll me an investigation check.
Damn it.
This is a very specific thing. You
This
need
is
nat 20.
super specific.
Now I have to roll an investigation check. Look,
Yes.
Look, she says.
I got a 8.
It takes you the better part of maybe an hour of asking around as you're like, the pointy things that holds the candle. You do manage to find specifically kind of a lighting, like a lantern and candles type shop. It's just lined with different wax candles and candelabras and things like that. You do find a few different things matching what you're looking for. They are very fine in nature. The candelabra you're looking for is going to cost you about 50 gold, if it is made of gold. If you would like a finer metal, they go up from there.
Like pewter-ish,
Pewter,
In this town?
gray. It's like a gray.
I know what pewter is.
Yeah. They're not going to have it here, though, probably.
Higher.
Pewter. This isn't Bed Bath Beyond, all right? This is
No.
Svelter or whatever.
Yeah,
the name
as
is.
you ask
Felton.
around,
Felton.
as you ask around now in this shop, let me restart the music. As you ask around in this shop if he's got pewter, pewter, but we have everything that's much better than pewter. If you would like pewter, perhaps maybe try on the other side of town. If this may not be the area for you, darling.
I'm sorry, what?
I think your tastes may be better suited in a less, how do you say, upscale part of town. You seem...
I'm gonna buy one of these pointy ones, and then I'm gonna stab him with it.
Are you telling him this?
No, I'm telling Akka this.
Maybe that will be a beautiful death.
It would be.
Maybe.
He could be my oil for my menorah.
I don't think blood works like oil.
You don't know.
I kind of do.
I'm still not sure what a menorah is.
It's when, like, well, you and I are one because there's no
Oh,
other
we're-
bird people in this city, so we're
Right.
both menorah.
Okay.
The-
So then she's a Goliath menorah.
She's a Goliath. Yes, exactly, because there's not a lot of Goliaths in this town as well.
I understand.
Minority.
Are you... Got it. Are you looking... Are you going to buy from this shop? Pint?
No.
I love how you like looked around first.
No.
And I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I will take this somewhere else.
You're holding up what?
All my gold.
Well, if
My gold.
are you sure you wouldn't? I mean, I've got.
No. No. You made it very clear that I should take my business to the poor side of town.
Have a good day, madam.
I'm gonna flick a gold at him as we walk out.
Oh, damn. That's flexing on him.
Yeah.
Roll me an attack.
100%.
Ranged attack.
Me or
No,
No.
just flicking a gold.
6. It's even better if I miss, to be honest. Pick it up.
You kind of just glance over, and like kind of flick it at him, and it just. Good day, sir. And it like is he tries to like he tries to grab it real quick without you looking.
I'm just gonna stand there and like watch.
Did you toss the gold at him? You
I
said?
whipped a gold at him, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna
As
throw
we
it
were walking out.
over and be like, buy something nice. Don't spend it all in one place.
I'm not gonna leave just yet. I want to ask him a question.
Okay.
Well, as you said earlier, our tastes are basic.
Archaic
But-
would be a more appropriate term. Yes.
That's a big word, basic. So perhaps you know of a town or in some place in this town where I can get something that's more along our basic lines and be helpful.
Oh well, if you just follow your red-headed friend, she can take you all the way to the other side of town. It's much more suited to your tastes, I'm sure.
Okay, do you know where I can find a big ass diamond?
A big ass diamond.
Yeah.
I'm.
We're so trash.
Is
I want one of
this?
them ass diamonds, please.
It's just 2 diamonds stuck together. Right?
Are you? He kind of looks up and down at your bird form. He's like, "Are you looking for a whore?"
No, I'm looking for a diamond, a really big one. Mainly for spell casting stuff. So
Oh,
nothing too fancy looking, but it has to be big.
Yes, I'm sure there's many shops in town.
Any
Did
that
you
you can
try-
recommend.
Well, not exactly my line of business, and none of you have
What
been
is-
exactly polite to me today, so I
Okay,
don't know
well,
how I'm feeling.
What is okay? Well, then, if you're not going to give me the best one, because I actually want to spend a ton of gold in this place, what's the worst one that always gets terrible reviews or something?
As I said, if you follow your red-headed friend to the other side of town, I'm sure you can find all sorts of terrible things that are up your alley.
Are you sure? Because there's some pretty terrible things standing right in front of me right now. It's you. I'm talking about you. You're really mean.
Oh goodness, get out of my shop. That was so rude.
Hey, we get to leave.
I'll turn around. Yeah. I'll turn around and leave.
I love how your guys' greatest opponent is always the shopkeepers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time.
That was a
Every
dick
time.
shopkeeper, okay?
He was
Yeah.
a dick, Mason.
He's just rich.
Yeah.
You guys don't
Yeah.
understand class, okay?
I showed him my gold, and he wanted me to.
You showed him your
I
gold,
flashed
did
him
you?
my gold. I did.
You flashed him your gold and he still didn't get.
I'm not classy. I make toilet wine, dude.
Speaking of which, if anybody is looking for books or learning, you gather this is also a very good town for that sort of thing.
Can I go back into the shop and be like, do you have any books for learning?
The same shop. I have a few books on etiquette.
Maybe you should read it. And then I walk out.
Oh, got him with the. That was a delayed
Damn.
burn.
Damn, you don't even need fireball anymore. You just burned him.
Burn.
Burn.
I would like to find an enchanting shop as we walk out.
Okay.
I'll look for the same.
Sure. What are you guys looking to get enchanted in particular? Anything in
My new bracers.
Whip. Or armor, either or.
So you're looking to buy something enchanted, Clee? Not get something existing enchanted?
How long would it take to get something existed enchanted?
It depends on the type of material it's made of,
Ah,
whether
gotcha.
you have any Ethereum to add to it to speed the process, that sort of thing.
That's fair. I'll look for stuff then. Nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll
So-
go to the cheapo side of town because
Yeah.
Are you
that's where
actually
we
okay?
belong. So we,
As you guys head to the kind of northwest corner of town, along this area, as you cross a kind of a small, a rather large bridge that kind of spans the river that runs through the middle of town, you see various ships of different sizes. This appears to be the kind of end of the road for any ships traveling inland. This seems to be about as far as they can go. Their last stop being Svelton, which seems to be making Svelton an ideal kind of port of trade for those who are passing through to Asnel Dor or vice versa. Hunter, quit laughing at chat. As you make your way over, this part of town does appear to be a little bit more of like craftsmen, woodworkers, things like that. People who are, many of their trades appear to be in line with not only the ships going in and out, but also some of the, they appear to be making some of the machinery that appears to be used for the textile creation in this town. So a lot of their shops there are more catered to their kind of people, which is the kind of lower income, less noble sort of people. But even here, everything is still very nice, very upscale as compared to a lot of the other places you visited so far. So who's looking for what as you guys now enter the, I wrote it down somewhere. Whatever, doesn't matter. The poorer district, which I have a name
poor
for.
four.
For some reason, I need a pewter candelabra.
Who is telling you this?
Nobody.
Nobody. She just feels it, you know.
My
Okay.
brain is telling me.
I'll keep an eye out for a jewelry store because that's my #1 priority at the moment.
Okay. I'll let everybody roll a collective. So investigation. We'll see who gets the highest, and that'll determine everybody's luck in this
Ooh,
instance.
D20. Natural.
Natural 20. Okay. Cool.
Nice.
So 20.
Plus or minus
0 for her, I believe. On investigation.
Oh,
investigation.
Yeah, -1. So 19.
I got 18
Hey,
because I rolled.
I got
19.
12.
Briar.
Lower than all those.
Okay.
That's fair.
So it doesn't take too long asking around. The people here, while still a little posh, are very helpful. They do manage to point you to where you want to go. So first we'll start with the jewelry store. As you make your way in, it's certainly smaller than a lot of the, and less showy than a lot of the establishments you'd seen before. It's kind of a small one room in the entryway. You see back behind this kind of main counter, he has some various different interesting looking contraptions. You're not exactly sure what for, but you see these kind of like long, almost conical tubes with like various different pieces of glass in them. And just kind of some fine tools, you assume, for working on jewelry or with stones, kind of hung all around. This kind of small gnomish figure balding on top with this kind of chin strap of a white beard just kind of barely hanging on there. You see he's kind of got these very large spectacles that make his eyes kind of poke out and appear a little bigger than normal. As he kind of leans over the counter and says, "Hi, it's good to see you all. Welcome to my shop."
Oh, yeah, thank you. This town has been weird, but do you have any diamonds? It's what I'm here for. Big diamonds. One big diamond is what I'm looking for in particular.
Did someone? You see, as his face grows kind of somber. Did someone die?
Yeah.
Oh goodness. I may have one left. I was saving it for a project, but I can have another one on order.
That is wonderful, and you actually know what we're talking about, and don't treat us like we're aliens.
Oh, hi. Yes. Well, that's Svelton. It's just that the charm will grow on you eventually. So
Does it,
you
though?
are no. So he kind of give me one moment as he kind of goes and you hear him shuffle through a few boxes and he kind of pulls out a box that's like about 4 inches by 4 inches. As he kind of opens it up, this kind of plush cushioned interior, the diamond being a little over an inch in diameter, rather large.
Mm-hmm.
It can be used for what you need. It is a little expensive.
How much are we looking at here?
It is 1,000 gold pieces. And,
Okay.
And I wish I could go lower, and but that is right at my cost. So
I understand. Would you be able to hold on to it for me? I might be able to sell some stuff. I'm about halfway there.
I understand. I can try to hold it for a few days.
Okay.
If that, how long do you need?
We're not staying here for too long, assuming nothing crazy happens.
Okay.
We're headed to the Tempest Peaks, so...
But why?
Well, it's kind of a holy land for my people.
I do recall seeing maybe one or two more of your kind pass through in my time here, but, if you're sure, you need to make sure you're properly equipped if you're going to be climbing the peaks.
Well, wouldn't flying just work?
You could try. I don't mean to insult you in any way, but it would take some very fortunate and powerful wings to navigate the storm. Plus,
Well,
as he kind of looks
okay.
behind you, says, plus, what about your friends? They look as though they do not fly.
We have magic stuff. They'll be fine if we do fly, but from the sounds of it, we can't, so... Any recommendations on things we should look for, then?
Well, it is becoming winter here, and it is already very cold up on the peaks. You should certainly try to find some sort of, perhaps, cold weather, like a mule or some sort of hardier horse that, or something that might be able to get you at least part way. Certainly, you can't climb to the peaks except by foot. Is this where your friend's body is, or is that why you are? Is that a like a sending ritual, or?
It's,
Yes.
sure. I appreciate everything. I just don't like really talking about this sort of stuff.
Oh well, I'm sorry. I understand. I did not mean to pry. I just
No, it's fine. It's fine.
make sure you have plenty of gear for climbing and rations and heat and well, just be careful. He kind of looks behind, seeing Marok standing there, especially with. You won't be taking the little one, will you? I don't recommend children to go.
He's coming with us.
Of course. As I said, I will hold it for a few days if you need to acquire it.
Yes, I will definitely be needing it, so we'll be back.
All right.
Thank you again. This has been very helpful and very welcoming.
All right. As you guys go to leave the shop, what's everybody's passive perception?
Mine's actually pretty good. Oh no, it's not 13. I lied.
10.
I rolled pretty poorly anyway. So, as you guys now go to leave, I think pretty much everyone would notice as Marok kind of tries to sneak back in. You see him kind of turn and head back into the shop. As you look, he appears to think he is unseen at this point. As you see him kind of pull a small bag out of his pouch, he says, "How much could you give me for this?" As he kind of like slides a small pouch up onto the table. As the shopkeep now looks at him, he's like, and you see him like check under his counter for a second as he ensures that something is still there. He's like, would you not want to, he now looks at Klee staying in the doorway. Would you not want to give this to your,
We see this happening.
He stole the diamond.
You see him from far away. You can barely make out this conversation. It looks as though Mark is trying to make some extra coin. The shopkeep said, "Well, I guess it is your things to do with as you wish. I could do 800 gold pieces
Oh Jesus!
if you wish to Oh yeah, I'll take it. As you see him begin to slide now, this visibly large diamond across.
I would immediately fucking enter the fucking place then, if that's the case.
Burst in. What is going on? Where did you get that? What is happening?
It's none of your business. I got
It
it.
is my business. If
No,
we're
it's
all
not.
in a group together and we are all collecting things together, then we all get to share it together. So where did you get that?
What are we sharing?
Well, rolling a persuasion check, Clee.
I love it so much. I'm
You see as
crying.
Marok produced an enormous diamond and is attempting to sell it to this shopkeep.
That is 21 total.
Well, if you must know, I got it when everybody ran out of the inn that one time. Because they were scared of being, because they're stupid.
You knew this entire time that I needed a diamond.
Yeah, well, I was gonna give it to you if you really needed it, because the
I
lady told me
really-
to.
Needed it, and you knew that.
Yeah, but you're about to buy this one.
I don't have enough money to buy this one.
But you're gonna get it.
If I have enough money to buy this one, this is putting a lot of things to chance. I don't know what the value of the stuff I have is, and you've been holding off on me. You were the one who made this entire thing out in the open. If anything, you owe me.
Okay, but I'm doing it because I want to.
Fine.
He takes the. You see him like grab the diamond back off the counter. It's like, I'm doing you a really big favor. As he kind of hands you the diamond.
Take it. just mumbling to myself in Eric Cochran.
You have now acquired the diamond you need for the next
Fucking son of a bitch.
I legit thought he stole it off the countertop.
Nope, not in this instance.
I was excited.
He's had it for a while.
That is hilarious.
That is not as hilarious to me because I have a fucking brother.
As he stands there and I look at you. So where's my 800 gold?
I'll walk away.
He's going to shock
I'm gonna. I told him the next time he did that. I'm not.
This
holding-
seems
What did
on
you
brand,
What did you
though.
tell him?
I told him the next time he does anything magical to me to hurt me, I'm gonna retaliate.
That might not be a good idea for you.
Well, I fucking told him. So I mean,
Let me see. I'm actually going to see. Let me look at what Shocking Grasp does real quick. I'm not sure if I want to do that. I just felt like it might be.
It's on brand. It's what he would have done.
if he was to attack me, it would be with that.
Yeah.
It would be with that.
It would be.
Can I cast it at higher levels? Ooh, I can.
Mhm.
Anyways, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just playing. Let's go. Let's keep going.
I was ready. I was fucking ready.
All right.
Uh,
So, diamond acquired.
looking for an enchantment.
Fucking
still.
hell.
as
You
we
do
walk
manage
out.
to find it appears to be a small like guild of enchanters, craftsmen for this city. They, as you walk inside, it's more of a kind of an open air like kind of working area. You see several benches set up in this kind of almost like Greek style courtyard with kind of columns around it, as they're all inside working on various different projects. You see some of them working on different armors, some working on jewelry, others on weapons. There's about 10 total, what appear to be kind of journeymen, not the master. You see one kind of elderly, kind of dark-skinned male kind of walking around, his kind of black skin kind of contrasting this very like snow white beard that is just kind of adorning his face as he walks around with his arms kind of behind his back crossed and holding this. You see he occasionally stops and like nods, or he kind of adjusts somebody's hands or attempts to add something to their work, but they appear to be able to do what you want. Depends on how much you're willing to spend and how much time you've got.
I'm gonna go up to just one of. I'm gonna go up to the one who looks like he's in charge.
Okay. Very good.
Hello, sir. I would like to have an enchant, please.
You would like to have an enchant?
Yes, on these. I'm just gonna hand them to him and turn around and start walking away.
You might need to be more specific with him.
I'm gonna play some happy music because this is funny. It sounds magical. Enchant. He kind of stops. He says, "Enchanted how? And also we will need at least a down payment going towards this whatever enchantment you would like."
This is his first time buying a magical thing, so it's kind of a big deal.
I see. Well then, my feathery friend, what would you like done?
What can you do? What kind of things?
I can do almost anything. I've been at this for almost 50 years now, and I've become quite good at my craft. If you
Okay,
are
that
wishing for
sounds good.
something rather minor, any of my pupils should be able to handle it for you. I've hand-selected them myself, and they are all going to be very good enchanters one day.
I like to fight with my fists, and I'm just gonna hand him my entire bag of gold.
How much gold do you have?
I'm going to give him 415 gold.
Oh my god, you're giving it all.
Okay. With this sum, I suppose I could make you something quite nice. What sort of time frame am I working with?
How long will we be in town? I'd
Well,
say
the
that's
s- The sooner we can leave, the better. It's only gonna get colder and the mountains get worse.
You guys are going up the mountain, but presumably we'll be coming back down unless you go a different direction when you leave.
That's fair. That's fair. You're
So,
Okay.
if you would like to plan it out like a week in advance or a week and a half, 2 weeks in advance, I mean, you can certainly do that. It's up to you. If it's an overnight thing, you might not even have enough money.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
How long would an enchant take?
Well, I could try something a little more, you like to punch things, so I could try something a little more fun and punchy, as it were. If you just like to be surprised, just give me a week and I shall produce something I think you will very much enjoy.
Can we wait a week? I really
A
want to
week?
see what you get.
We
I
can
like
wait a week.
surprises.
A week is
Gotta
fine.
be here a week now.
We're not gonna stay here for a week. We're gonna go up the mountains, and by the time we come back, there
But
It
what
should be a
if
week.
he needs it?
Well, if he needs it. But do you need it right now, Akka? Or do you mind waiting?
I will have to wait either way.
Yeah.
Maybe we can explore the town a bit.
For a week?
I mean, could you do 3 days?
I could do 3 days, and to be clear, I'm not trying to assume how wealthy anyone is. Is this your down payment, or is this the entire thing?
This
is my-
is
Down payment.
the down payment. Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh no.
Very well. I will consider this a 50% down payment.
We need to get you some gold.
That is not even half my money. That is perfect.
Oh.
Very, very good, sir. If you will come with me, and he kind of leads you over to a table where he's got kind of a person doing accounting. All right, I need you to write down Master Special and put it for a. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. What is your name, sir?
My name is Akka.
For an Akka. And he said, all right, yes, sir. As this small human man is kind of sitting there, he kind of adjusts his spectacles and begins writing this down. As he hands you a bill of sale showing that you have indeed paid 415 gold. As a 50% down payment, you are required to come up with the remainder of that on pickup a week from today.
Okay.
Can I lean over to
Um,
Akka really fast?
I'm sorry, 7 days from today, roughly speaking. Just to be more
I
specific.
want to whisper something in Akka's ear. Try to go for the BOGO.
The BOGO.
Since I am getting an enchant for myself, maybe I could get a free enchant for one of my traveling companions.
He looks at the rest of you. I could. This is a decently large purchase. I suppose I could maybe cut you some sort of a deal. Or, if you are willing to allow one of my craftsmen to experiment a bit, I could only charge you for the materials cost involved. If you are open to just about anything.
possible. I'm looking for some specific stuff, but working off of that, though, what if, are you in the market of purchasing anything? Materials or otherwise?
I have been before. It depends on what it is. I am
Well,
not often in need, but if it's
We
interesting.
have some very, very rare materials. I have two. Akka has as well. If you want to hold on to them, you can. But we have here,
And I take out the two Gauth eyes.
fresh, well, freshish.
Which at this point, over the last 2
Yeah.
weeks, the
didn't-
tentacle has begun to kind of just
Yeah.
absolutely rot into like it turned to mush at first, and began to turn to a bit of a jerky. The eyes
it is cold out
themselves.
Yeah, it is
Uh,
cold.
So, I want you guys to each roll me, for each of your tentacles, roll me a d20 and tell me how many are above 10.
Come on.
All of us?
No, just
Two
whoever,
above 10.
yes, whoever has a tentacle.
Both above 10.
2 above 10. 18 and 14.
Okay.
16 and 11.
So,
They're very
Mara, did
rare.
you roll? Did Mara have? Who all had a
I don't,
tentacle?
it
at
was
this point?
just, I think it was just Akka and I.
I
right?
thought you
I
had.
had-
I thought
had-
2, and you gave
I
one
had
to
2.
somebody.
Oh, I gave one away. That's right. I gave one to Mara.
So Mara had one. Did you not write down which one it was?
No, because you said there were just 3, and they were like you did. I didn't know which one was which. There was a
That's right.
poison, sleep, and a force.
Yeah, you didn't know which one was which. That was right, but I did. Okay.
What am
Okay.
I rolling for?
Just a
You just gotta
d20.
roll a
Just a flat
D20.
d20.
Okay.
To see how whether your eye stalk has lasted long enough.
Okay. I got a
6.
and a 6.
Okay. It looks as though they have kind of rotted mostly away. As he kind of looks at them, he's like, these 3 appear to still have some useful bits if we get to work quickly. Do you want them employed specifically in your item, or would you like something new made with these?
What can be made with them? We don't even know.
Well, with using a material such as this, it would take me some time to decipher what each of these eyes actually does, but I can tell they are magical in nature, and it makes it a bit easier to impart whatever sort of magic they held in life onto whatever item that they are applied to.
Like a
if-
candelabra.
In theory, yes, a candelabra could, in fact,
Like,
a
I'd be
candelabra
okay
could
with
do
just
that.
selling them, honestly.
I would as well.
fine.
I'm strap on cash right now, so adventuring takes a lot, especially like purchasing potions and gear, and we're going up in the mountains. We're gonna need the extra.
But killing Gelts is easy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I wouldn't say
Easy. I kind of step on his talon.
Very impressive, very impressive. Well, if you come across more, I would be happy to acquire those as well.
Hope we don't.
Given perhaps a little fresher next time, but the state they are in, I suppose I could do 25 gold apiece.
Is that a good price? Can
I thought this was supposed to be like a BOGO thing.
Oh yeah, we're still getting the BOGO. This is just selling extra garbage we have.
Yes. So, Klee, roll me just a general intelligence check with
9.
disadvantage. Okay.
Oh, sorry, 7. Oh, at disadvantage.
Yeah, you're from a bird town.
Yeah, that's 7. I don't
Even-
know anything about this shit. Yeah, you
You've
ready?
never, as to this far, even in Keldon, which is the most magical city you've been to so far, you didn't really sell anything magical like this, so this is a bit new to you. Roll me an insight check, then.
Oh, okay. 8.
He doesn't appear to be trying to swindle you. He seems good enough natured. It's a little difficult
Yeah.
to tell if it's a good deal. You don't know whether that's due to being in Svelten or what, but you gather they're not going to last more than a few more days
Yeah.
anyways.
Take them, but there's also one other thing I want to show you.
Okay, what?
And I'll like take out like the clockwork weapon, just like fucking slam it down.
Okay. Oh, this is a very nice piece of craftsmanship.
It's very fine.
Certainly could be could be further enchanted at a glance, if that is your desire.
I'm more happy with my whip at the moment.
I see. You are looking to sell it then?
Yes.
I could make you an offer, but it would be a guess. You may have better luck with either a blacksmith or someone a little bit more in the arms-specific creation field. My focus is on enchanting.
Okay.
I
Not
can
a big-
tell you it is worth a good bit, so just make sure you get what it's worth.
Do you have any recommended blacksmiths that don't rip off people who are new to the city?
I could perhaps give a recommendation. If you don't mind, give me 1 second. Yes, Belfour. He should still be open today. And at this point, it's a little about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, for reference.
Okay.
He should be open for perhaps another hour or so, I believe. You see him kind of checking his books. It's been probably a couple weeks since I spoke to him. He sometimes changes his hours around wintertime, but I think he should still be open for business at the moment. Can't miss him. Kind of a middle-aged, stout dwarven man, long black beard. A bit of an attitude, but overall a good heart. But yeah, tell him that his friend Eluino said hello.
I will do. Eloino, right? Okay.
Yes,
Well, it was a pleasure doing business with you.
and with you. And I shall have your 2 items ready within the next 10 days for sure. I'm shooting for 7 days. But
If you have to take a little longer, don't worry about it. We're very patient.
Of course. So anytime in the next 7 to 10 days, if you wish to check in, just stop by, and hopefully it should be ready.
And who was taking the extra enchant that we got?
I shall see which of my pupils would like to... Oh, do you mean amongst your party?
Yes. Sorry, Elvino.
Well, I was not... Did you have something specific you wanted? Because as it is, you just asked for anything.
Well,
For his, yeah. I mean, if I could chime in, something to protect him a little. I don't like seeing him get hurt. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a thought.
Sure.
If no one wants the free enchant, I wouldn't mind this being enchanted. I'm going to pull out my radiant staff.
Well, you would like me to further enchant this staff?
If it is possible, unless no one else wants something.
I mean,
I can tell you would get more bang for your coin, as it were, if you were to try and increase the enchantment on the staff rather than to enchant these simple deerskin bracers.
Would you be able to increase the quarterstaff level and then give the bracers just anything as a trial for one of your minions?
Roll me a persuasion check, Akka.
All right.
You got this.
Oh, I may not have this.
You
said
don't
persuasion.
got this.
I don't got this. That's an 8.
Hey.
Oh, I'm going to use my advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah.
Okay.
18. So
Okay.
17.
Beautiful.
I'm sure that we can work something out, of course. So I'm to make... He goes back over to the bill. He's like, allow me to make a few minor adjustments. I'm going to make this staff stronger. I'll see what else I can maybe, if I have time for anything else. And you wish for these bracers to do something.
Yes.
Very good. I shall see if any of my pupils come up with anything fun and creative. Again, should take about a week.
That is most agreeable. And I'll walk. I'll start walking. I'm
He
out.
gives you kind of a bow as you turn
thanks
away.
again.
Of course.
We'll start heading over to the blacksmith. Unless someone else has to go somewhere. Does anyone else have to go anywhere?
I'm
gotta
good.
pee.
You know what? We hit the 2-hour mark just now, so let's go and take a quick 5-minute break. I'm
Sounds
going to
good.
change the music up because this is fun, but it's repetitive. So we'll be right back. 5 minutes.
Be right back.
And we'll hop back into apparently what is a shopping episode.
Shopping sim.
I mean, shopping
Rolled it.
simulator. We're
All right,
making
guys.
friends. We're making items.
We'll be right back. Well, we're gonna
Bitch.
we're gonna give it a sec for BB to get back. I'm gonna go ahead and do the spinning of the wheel because you got one more for the followers. Thank you, by the way, for those follows. I'm gonna go, but before I get to that, let me go through the announceables and see what I missed in the past 2 hours. Pyre, thank you for the host. Pyre, Pint Says Fun. Thunder, thank you for the host. Rad X Rex, dope name.
Right.
Thank you for the follow. BB Canicopia, Cairo Hunter, thank you guys for the hosts. Charlie Cheeseburgers, thank you for the bit, I appreciate it. Casual Hero, thank you for that sub. I think he actually went back streaming. We might raid him if he's still up when we get done because he's an awesome person.
Cool.
BB, thank you for gifting that sub. Charlie, again, thank you for the bits. Super Gray Bush, which made me laugh every time I saw it. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Courtney, thank you for gifting that sub to Super Gray Bush. Thank you for those 100 bits. Oh my gosh, so many things happened. Like, thank you for the 100 bits, Super Gray Bush. Ty, thank you for the raid. Cloudy, thank you for the follow. Super Gray Bush, thank you for 145 bits. Zevlark. That sounds like I might have to make that a villain name at some point.
It's a good name.
Thank you for the follow. F Star 25, thank you for the follow. Arcane Shadow, thank you for the follow. And Ira, thank you for that raid. Okay, now that I've gotten through all that list of stuff, thanks everybody for that. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel, and then hopefully BB will be back by the time we get done vamping.
And instead of Zevlark, you choose names like Eloino.
Eluino.
Elwino, the Matador.
Eloino.
Hello.
Hello.
I didn't even
Hello,
see what that
Dave.
landed on. Was that Boone? I think it was. It was Boone.
Play it back. Somebody clip it.
I'm pretty sure it was Boone. So you guys choose one saving throw. I'll allow you to do a skill check for this as well, since it's largely a roleplay session. Either skill check or saving throw to add +2 for this session. So like if you wanted to add it to charisma,
Persuasion. Charisma.
or persuasion, you can add it to that for the remainder of the evening.
Skill check or what?
It was everyone dies. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
It was Boone. I checked back.
Everybody died. Okay.
Damn it.
So, having left the shop, we'll get to whatever BB and Briar want to do in a minute. Having left the shop, with your scheduled items to be enchanted within the next week, you exit the shop into town. Who is looking for what at this point? A candelabra.
We can find one at the blacksmith, maybe.
You might can.
Oh, I hate the way that sounds.
You might can. I kind of hate that.
It makes perfect sense, and it is a fantastic shortening. Why use lot word when few word do trick?
Exactly.
Makes
So-
me feel some kind of way, dude.
Makes me feel some kind of way.
It's
Well,
like southern thing. I don't know. It makes sense to me.
It makes sense.
Maybe
Simmer
we
down.
should head to
Canadians.
Belfour.
All right. Very good. Is that where you're going next then? Blacksmith?
Sure.
Shopping
Works for me.
episodes.
BB, do you
are my
want to go
favorite.
anywhere? No? Okay.
Say nothing if you want to give me all your gold too.
Oh my god, she's so generous today.
So you
Damn.
guys head over to Belfour's smithy. It's not far. He gives you the directions. It's just a couple blocks away, a little further to the north of where you are now. It takes you probably maybe 10-15 minutes on foot. Which, by the way, you did have a wagon entering town. Now that I think about it.
Oh, we
Yeah.
would probably put it in. How much would it cost for that?
If you're just putting it, are you putting it up somewhere?
Yeah, putting it in somewhere.
We're not
It's pretty-
riding around town from like place to place.
No, we can't. It's probably not as good. To do
You
that.
can through the major roads, but some of the side
Yeah.
places you guys are going for shops would
It's
be
probably easier to put it down and yeah.
For the purposes of this, I'm gonna say it's probably 10 gold per
Okay,
day.
that's so nice of Morok to offer.
Okay. For 10 gold per day.
That's so nice of him.
So, we did want to do a quick rewind for Mara, and then also Akka. It's a good time to do it while Briar's not back yet. So, Akka, you wanted
Yes.
to do what?
I wanted to quickly, if I see any places that sell books, I want to get a book on like herbalism and on
Okay.
alchemy.
Okay, but is there anything you want? Because I thought you said, okay, we can do that in a sec. So, as a rewind, Mara, as soon as that curse fell 2 weeks ago back in Vorstra, you did get a message come through, a single message. It was just a very short one saying, "Are you still receiving my messages? Are you okay?"
Where are you?
You do get one more message. It says, it is good to hear from you. I'm currently still in Keldon. Things have taken a bit of a turn, but I should have leave soon. If you let me know where you're heading, I shall make my way there, as I have been granted a short leave. Are you going to respond?
Yeah, where are we going? I forgot the name.
You guys are in Svelton right now. This was 2 weeks ago,
We're going to Tempest Pikes.
so you guys are currently in Svelton.
If I would have responded to him back then and I
Yes.
would know that we were going to Spelton. Okay, I would have told him that we were going to Spelton.
Yes. So, as you guys correspond back and forth every couple days, just a few messages at a time, he does let you know that he will be arriving in Svelton probably a couple days after you arrive. He has maybe a week before he has to head back, but he will be joining you for at least a little while.
Oh.
However, he did say once he leaves, he basically was only able to message you to a certain point before his kind of messenger had to turn back. The person he was using for that, he's currently traveling alone, so as to travel a little quicker. But he said he will try and find you somewhere there if you can give him, if you have any way to find him at that point, which if you remember, you have vibrating stones.
Vibra-stones. Very phallic shaped.
I don't think that's a thing, but yes.
Ribbed for your pleasure, if
Nope.
I remember you exactly
All
described.
right, so Hunter is muted. So, so
I regret nothing.
Yeah, fair.
over the next 2 weeks, you get a couple messages for the first few days, and then you don't hear anything else. But you can assume that he should be arriving in Svelton within the next 2 to 3 days.
Hey.
Did you tell him I said hi?
Can I send him back one message before then?
Over the sure.
Aka says hi.
He remembers Aka. Says basically just says he's a good person. That's about it. He doesn't have a lot of words to work with in the messages. He says Aka, good bird. And, that's about all he can fit.
I would tell Aka that. Aka, he did say, Aka, good bird.
Told you, Klee. He likes me.
I was wrong. Okay, you don't have to gloat. Stop puffing up your feathers. I get it. He likes you. It's cool.
He didn't say, Klee, good bird.
You cut deep, Aka. You cut deep.
So, in light of Captain Kurik's imminent arrival in the next couple days, you guys are continuing to shop for this day. You don't have much time left today, as things are beginning to close up, at least most of the shops. So, Aka, you wanted to go ahead and check for books.
Yeah, just in passing, just browsing. I don't want to talk to anybody. Like when you show up, like the supermarket, wearing like
Sure, you
sweatpants
just
and
want to
shit.
walk. You just want to do a quick walkthrough, see what's available. In the area of town you're in now, there are a few smaller bookshops, especially secondhand books. They're still very fine and very good condition. You gather if you want any headier, fancier type reading, you probably will need to go back into kind of the main market district of town, which might be a little more expensive, but they will have, as you saw when you walked through, just many, many more books. You can try your luck at one of the smaller shops, but you don't have a lot of time left, a lot of daylight left in this particular day.
I just want to, Jesus Christ. I just want to try really quickly to just go in and take a quick look to see if there's anything about herbalism or alchemy.
Sure, go and roll me just an investigation check.
All right. Atlas, help me. All right. 14.
14. You do find a couple different ones. Some of them appear to be manuals of various different herbs and their uses. It's like a kind of a thicker book that appears to have been kind of compiled by different authors over the ages. It's now printed in one singular tome. It's just called The Herbalist's Guide to Ascendia.
Perfect.
And it does appear to have a lot of what you need. It is going to cost you 8 gold pieces. It's not that expensive, but it is a very fine leather book.
I'll just pay it. Yeah.
Do you
that's fine.
have 8 gold? I thought you gave everything.
We got 50 for selling eyes.
Yeah.
Right. Ah, damn. That's how it's done.
So it's expensive for a book, but
For a book. Yeah.
as you look in it, it talks about not only the like physical properties and medicinal properties, also goes into certain magical uses of various different things and which ones might be good for fermenting. It doesn't go into the fermentation process, but it at least will give you an idea and advantage when you are looking to find herbs.
That's all I wanted. Okay.
Okay.
And was there any like alchemy books or anything? Just about like potion brewing or salves?
There
Weird.
are a couple of various different levels. If you're
Just
looking
the bare
for
basic.
if you're just looking for like the basic you're looking for alchemy or for
I'm looking for
brewing.
alchemy.
Okay.
I'm looking for alchemy, not brewing,
For
or both if they have them both. I mean,
they do
16 gold, whatever.
They do, as you kind of browse the shop, they don't appear to have an alchemy book in this particular shop. There are a couple different brewing books. Like there's appear to be like kind of like a beginner, intermediate, advanced brewing sort of techniques, things like that. That's up to you.
I'll take the. How much is the intermediate?
The intermediate one is going to run you 5 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll take the beginner and intermediate.
Okay. And then the beginner one is another 3.
Yeah, that's why I was like, well, how much is the one that I want that's expensive? All right, there we go. 8 gold.
Okay, very good. As you guys finish this kind of last minute book shopping, as you kind of walk out, you see as the shopkeep just kind of gives you a wave and closes the doors behind you and begins to shutter everything. As night begins to fall over Svelton, at this point, you do see as various people kind of begin, there's some sort of these almost like they're on strings, these tiny little crystals you now see, which appear to be kind of glowing and lighting up the streets at night in Svelton. It's certainly a very interesting magical implement, and it is so far unique for all of you, as they now appear to be just gearing up, not fully celebrating their Winter's Festival celebration, but they appear to be preparing for it, certainly. As the streets are lit up, you don't know if it's always that way, but as you look around, it's lit up and multicolored, which is it casts a bit of an odd glow onto the street, but yet the warmth that it provides and the light it provides at night is kind of comforting and makes you feel strangely at home in this kind of posh, very preppy sort of town. So, are you guys going to go ahead and find a place to sleep for the night, or are you...
I thought we were going to the blacksmith, some of us.
Well, did you split up when Akka
Yeah,
went
no,
there?
I didn't
Yeah.
need to go to the bookstore.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went off on my own.
Okay.
Because you said they were closing or he was closing in like an hour or two, so
That is
didn't have
correct.
time.
Okay, so you split off from Akka.
Yeah.
So as you make it to Belfour's smithy, it's well kept. It's he does appear to have a few apprentices, not nearly as many as the enchanter did, but we see is kind of a well-muscled but kind of stout, short dwarf man. Even for a dwarf, he's a little bit on the shorter, thicker side. However, his arms, kind of like small tree trunks, is his kind of long black beard. You see him kind of stroking at it as he looks at the various kind of journeyman crafters are beginning. You hear them like tink, tink, and they're all, as you watch, the 3 of them hitting it at the exact same time, as he's making sure they're keeping time, not only with a constant time for themselves, but also with each other. He appears to be very regimented in his training. So you are looking for what, Clee?
I'm looking to sell.
You are selling the clockwork blade.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd approach and be like,
It's very impressive.
Thank you. I've been training these boys for the past year, and they're finally showing some promise.
Well, that's good. I guess they have a good teacher.
Thank you.
I'm
You're here
just looking
for-
to sell, yeah. Business, if you would. Came from Eloino, if he said you're friends.
Oh yes, he's a good man, fair, honest. What do you have for me?
Well, got this a little while back.
and I'll take out the clockwork
Okay.
blade.
He kind of takes a look at that's very fine. Appears to be
Magical as well.
yes. looks gnomish in craft as he kind of glances over. You see him kind of pull out a small spectacle and begin to take a look at it. And you're looking to sell?
Yes. It's not my type of weapon. I'm more partial towards whips.
I see. It is, I assume you know it's, multiple types of weapon.
Yes, two.
Okay. Very
We
good.
unfortunately saw it in use against us, so...
Ah. Well, I guess the poor bastard won't be needed anymore anyway, so, I suppose I could offer maybe 400 gold pieces for this.
Can I look around and see if he has any whips? Maybe like anything like that? Any weapons like that?
As you take a glance around, there aren't a plethora of whips. You do see a couple.
Okay.
Mostly it appears to be axes, hammers, short swords, a couple great swords kind of hanging around.
Do the whips look nice?
They
Like
look
nicer than
nicer
mine?
than yours.
Perhaps we could like put it towards a whip if it's magical. I'm always looking for an upgrade.
I do have a couple. What are you working with now?
I'll take it out.
It's kind of old.
Yes, I think we can do a little better. What sort of magic? I can only imbue minor magical effects here. If you're looking for something more advanced, you'll need to hop back over to the other shop there.
Well, I don't need anything crazy. Just something of similar value to the clockwork would be amazing.
Well, if you give me till tomorrow, I might can make a few modifications.
Sure, yeah, that's fine with me.
As they are, I have a few minor magical properties. I can maybe tweak them a bit more to your liking.
Perfect.
Any particular ideas for what you want?
Well, to give you a little idea of how I fight, usually flying far enough away that they can't hurt me. Shield out, whip out. I also can use some holy energy to really hurt enemies.
I see. So maybe something a little bit more sting to it.
Something a little bit more sting, yeah. I was always dabbling with the idea of having like things that at the end of the whip to cause more lashes or little jagged pieces of metal that when I hit it hurts more.
I see.
But-
Well, if I can certainly do something about that. I think with what I'm working with starting out, I can probably even refund you 50 gold.
Oh, wow, that'd be awesome, yeah.
So he kind of takes it. You can see as he kind of slides the clockwork weapon over the counter. He says, very nice. Certainly some nobles around here would love to get their hands on this, so I appreciate it. And I'll have this ready for you end of day tomorrow.
Perfect. I'll see you then.
He kind of gives you a nod. He says, would you like a receipt, though?
Oh, you guys do that? I'm new to this. I usually make stuff and...
Well, that's how we keep tabs on what has been bought and sold, and
Yes.
nobody gets cheated, and also, well, they like to collect taxes here, so...
That's fair. Name's Klee, if you need that.
Okay, you see he has he kind of snaps as another accountant type apprentice comes running out from the back, kind of carrying a few scrolls. He's like, as he kind of like begins scribbling down, he's like, and he dictates to him. Within a couple minutes, he hands you over a piece of paper.
Okay. Take it.
Says, all right, I shall see you tomorrow evening.
Yeah, if it's gonna be ready before that, I don't know what time we're leaving the city, but if it's ready tomorrow evening, yeah, we'll come by.
It should be about this time tomorrow.
Okay.
I have a couple orders ahead of you, none of them too big, but I should be able to squeeze this in before the end of the day.
Does he have any studded armor, real quick? Just studded leather?
Studded leather, just roll me d20, I want to see.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
He usually deals more in weapons.
Okay, yeah, it's a 4.
Yeah, you gather that a lot of people in this town specialize
In a certain
bec-
craft.
in a specific craft because
Yeah.
of the competition. It's really
Yeah.
the only way to compete properly. There are general stores, as you've seen a couple, but outside of that, specific things for like higher end weapons and armor, they're usually specialized.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Does Mora need to get anything? She came with me, right? She was getting candelabra, if I remember.
They sell candelabras here.
I haven't made anything like that in a while. What
Maybe
sort of
it'd be good practice for one of your trainees.
it might be. What sort of candelabra will you be needing?
Like a, what do you call it?
I don't know.
You
You were the
said
one who
pooter.
told
So
her.
you described to
Pooter.
him, pewter. You described him pewter and this.
The pointy bits. I didn't-
Menorah.
Yeah,
Menor-
yeah, that's it.
I
Mamara.
let me roll something.
It better be 8 feet tall, or I swear to God.
Only 7 feet tall, so.
Oh, runt.
I have a candelabra, as he kind of points to the desk behind him. I don't think it's quite what you're looking for, but if you want to maybe check another shop, it's getting towards the end of the day, but if you're looking for something for candles or lighting, there are plenty of shops around if you're willing to.
Candles and lighting.
What did you say?
I said, yeah, for candles and lighting.
Are you are you looking? He kind of glanced around. Are you looking for a candelabra or a weapon? I'm beginning to get confused.
I want-
Yes.
Yes.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Who, him? Can it advantage? Because I'm
Sure.
helping? Yeah.
Need an advantage. I'd.
With advantage, yes. You got what?
It doesn't matter.
Matters a
It
little.
might.
My dice isn't working.
Throw it into
It's
the
all
DM.
over.
Throw
Yeah,
it
it's
into the
the-
DM block.
Yeah, there we go.
I always throw whenever I've got a bad die.
Yeah.
I throw it at Mason.
Yeah.
It's the recycling and trash. for
Can
dice.
confirm.
5 and a 2.
A 5 and a 2.
Yeah, but I didn't roll with the new dice. But I'm not gonna do that till next time. But the
All right.
other dice is broken.
If you were to give me a bit more detail, I am intrigued, but I think you would be best served finding a candle shop. I mean, what exactly a weaponized candelabra?
Yeah,
Is-
the pointy bits.
That now that you're saying it, that sounds real badass.
It sounds very interesting.
What if you were like the first to make this thing and like it really caught on and then your business started booming?
I'll kill so
Oh,
many people with it.
yeah, and it could have your the name of your business on the side, so like people be like, "Hey, what'd you kill those people with?" And you'd be like, it's this the weaponized candelabra made by the one and the only Belfour."
I'll start with that snobby ass other guy at the other shop.
As you say this, you see him kind of the wheels beginning to turn in his head. Klee, I will let you roll
Yeah.
again for persuasion with advantage.
Okay, that's good. 26.
Ooh.
I rolled an 18.
Perhaps this is something I could try.
Have fun with it.
I'm not going to charge you in advance. Let's
Ooh.
see how successful I am and whether you like it, but I really like the idea.
So stupid.
It's like a butterfly knife.
The military here is now going to be armed with these. I'm so excited.
Give me
Oh, wait.
a few days,
Okay.
and I shall try to make this candelabra weapon a reality.
Yeah, make sure it has the pointy bits and it's pewter.
I will do so, and we'll see if I can play around with any minor enchantments as well. We shall see.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I mean,
Okay. So, with that
Welcome to D&D.
with that done, you guys now settling in for the evening. Are you just going to find somewhere to stay? Or-
Yes.
What pint? You're quiet.
Tavern?
Tavern. Okay. As you begin looking around, there are many a tavern in Svelton, ranging everywhere from mid-range to very expensive that you probably couldn't afford. Even looking at it from the outside, you see some of these taverns are more like small palaces. As you see outside, these kind of large columns with kind of gold inlay kind of wrapping around them. Are you just looking for anywhere in particular?
A basic tavern that has. It might not have gold-laced fucking wallpaper, but it has. We like animals, so it has rats and stuff, and that's exciting.
It's like a petting zoo, really.
It's a petting zoo. The cockroaches are there if you get tired of the rats.
Okay.
But most importantly, alcohol.
Yes.
So
Yep.
you guys look around as the sun begins setting, and these kind of nice glow of these kind of hanging lights across the streets illuminate everything. As you see a few people still walking around, some starting to enjoy the fall festivities a bit early, or sorry, the winter festivities a bit early. You don't find any basic taverns. The best you can do, which appears to be a mid-range to upper tier tavern for most other cities, is the what appears to be the cheapest you can find. And it's just called the Valiant Knight, and it appears to be a bit on the a little more on the humble side compared to some of the other showy places, but still probably the fanciest place any of you guys have stayed in so far.
Oh damn! Hoity-toity.
As you kind of go up to the counter, you see a small halfling woman with her hair kind of pulled back, kind of dark red, kind of pulled back, and a ponytail behind her. She looks up from the kind of greeting, the little counter that she's at. Says, "Oh, hello. How can I be helping all of you this evening?"
We're looking for some room and board and drink.
Oh, very good.
Right? Akka? You want something to drink, Akka?
Yes.
I don't know. It's not clear. Are you sure you want something to drink?
I will take it all.
He doesn't really drink a lot, so we're still iffy on the drink, but room and board for sure.
We do have.
Give me drinks.
We do have all of those things. It's just, how many rooms will you be requiring?
Akka and I can bunk together. So 2, 3. Briar, do you want to? 2? Okay. You can bunk with us if you want, Briar.
That
I
would be
might wanna
nice,
get my
thank
own.
you.
So how you want one of our large rooms to fit a few people in then?
That would be most acceptable.
So if you're looking for, we have a few double beds, double occupancy. They're going to run 25 gold pieces per evening. And if you would like all of you stay in one room, I don't know if we have anything quite. She kind of, especially looking at Mara, I don't know if we have anything quite big enough to accommodate all of you. I think the cheapest way to get by would be 2 double occupancy rooms, if some of you don't mind sharing a bed.
I think she is calling you large, Mora.
I am, though.
She is, though.
I could acquire perhaps some sort of very large bedroll. I mean, Goliath-sized bedroll, to help with you, as I think you may have a little bit trouble squeezing in with some of the others.
2 rooms should be fine.
Very good. That will be a total of 50 gold then per evening. If you'd like to pay in advance, you can do so. If you'd like to order room service, you can place your order now, and it should be up within the next hour. If you wish to have a drink, the bar is always open 24 hours a day. And
I walk away at this and I go to the bar.
So 10 gold each. Right?
yes, if that is how you wish to split it, yes.
Yeah, we might as well.
Okay, so 10 gold each from each of you for the room for the evening. As you kind of now glance around this tavern, it's pretty nice, all things considered. The floor itself is some sort of almost like cobbled stone. All of the tables appear to be of kind of some sort of darker hardwood. And as you now look a bit more about, there's a large hearth kind of lighting the back. And then there is a kind of small circular dais in the middle, just kind of raised up above everything else, where you hear a person kind of just performing a slow, kind of sad tune, which slowly, as the story progresses, the luck of the protagonist begins to change, and it becomes akin to something like a Christmas story. Sort of a...
Go
Go ahead.
sing.
Briar, you should. Mara, want to dance?
Yes, I do. You know I do. I want
And as you say this, in fact, the tune he is playing kind of on a small sitar type instrument begins to pick up in tempo, and you do see a few people begin kind of banging their mugs, and a few people do end up standing up and dancing at this point.
Let's dance. Let's get the attention on us. We are the dancers.
Where's the glove? I can't
Don't-
dance without the glove.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have gloves, don't you? Briar, would we be able to borrow those gloves?
Of course.
Feel like we earn
Hand them
some sort of
over.
celebration.
I'll put one on. Just be like,
So Klee and Mara,
yeah, we're
Yeah,
dancing.
I asked Briar if she wanted to dance.
Oh, I thought
was gonna
Briar was
sing,
going to
I
sing
thought.
along.
Oh, so you're gonna sing? Okay, then me and Clea are gonna dance.
Klee, you've seen them practice
Yeah.
some dances.
Try. There's bird people dances.
There
I was
are.
gonna say, an Eric Cochran dance would be great to teach her.
So
Kick the feet back,
Yeah.
peck the ground.
the two of you go ahead and roll me
Dang it.
a performance check.
Okay.
Mara can do it with advantage.
Yay.
Does the glove do
Dang it,
anything
I
for
got
me?
the same thing twice.
Not much at this point.
Does it do nothing?
It's going to change your DC slightly.
Oh, okay.
For you.
14 performance.
Okay. And what did you get, Mara?
I got 6 twice.
Aw. You're
So
giving
just
it all you
add them
got.
together.
I got a
Yeah.
As you both slide on the kind of shiny silken gloves. It kind of, you see as it magically grows a bit to accommodate Mara's larger hands, and kind of begins to morph into a bit of a strange shape, trying to fit Klee's hand. Not quite right, but doing the best it
tried.
can. As the two of you begin to stand up and dance, the tune that is being played is a little more upbeat and a little more folksy than what you have been practicing so far, Mara. You do your best to kind of keep up, as Klee somehow seems to fall in, as the tune reminds him a bit of an Eric Cochran tune. As he begins to kind of dance, you see him kind of dancing, and he appears to be keeping time at the very least. What, Mara?
No matter how much I
You're trying your best.
Well, you didn't practice this type of dance, and you didn't practice it with Klee. You don't
I
look,
think that I'm just dancing the best dance ever in the whole world.
and you do, and everybody looking upon you, none of them are judging you. A few of them look at Klee, kind of noticing kind of this interesting sort of almost tribal bird dance, which does appear to be keeping time with the music. Nobody's throwing money at you, but certainly nobody's booing you guys off the floor at this point.
Okay.
Can I see them performing this as I've been drinking at the bar?
You can, as you kind of turn around and see them in the middle of the room dancing, yes.
I would like to pound my drink and go join them drunkenly,
Oh, yeah.
since I know the
Oh, yeah.
dance.
Okay.
Of course.
Go and roll me a performance check with advantage as you now try to match Klee's movements with your monkitude.
19 plus.
Nice.
Yeah, it's coming.
Pine's like, what the fuck? I've been practicing this.
Okay, 21 with my now drunken tribal
Nice.
dance.
I'll like
as I-
follow along.
As you now even take the lead from Klee as you hop in, this dance, for reference, appearing something between like a haka and an actual like Celtic kind of like jaunt.
Can't
like
spell haka without aka, bro.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go.
Yeah.
it is this weirdly somewhere between like a tribal and some sort of like festive Celtic type dance as you guys kind of like hop around doing this, as you now seeing Akka gain a little more confidence. Mara, would you like to try and match their dance?
Come on,
Can
Mara,
I try to
let's
do?
go.
Can I try to do a little better too?
Yes.
I will allow the both of you to go and roll again.
I'm gonna use my. No, I'm not gonna use that.
Come on, Briar, do it while you sing.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Are you guys adding +3 for the gloves?
Do we add +3?
Oh, you guys.
+3 for the gloves.
I got
that you have
11.
on.
I thought it makes the DCs easier.
Let's give
For this purpose, because it's two different people wearing
Or are
it.
you doing
Yeah.
advantage?
I'm handling it a little different.
Okay,
I lowered his
sorry.
DC. What did you get?
I got 18.
Okay. You now manage to fall in,
Yep.
gaining confidence. Mara does. You see she begins picking it up, kind of finally finding the rhythm.
So nope.
It's not as smooth,
She's trying.
but
She's also not a bird.
she's also not a
Yeah.
bird. She's much larger, and in fact, as you watch her, you're impressed with how she's able to even learn and pick it up as fast as she did. But certainly, if you wish to teach her more, she has a lot of room
Oh,
to
yeah.
improve.
You got
So-
more dance moves coming along.
Exactly. So, as the song comes to an end, you all now kind of looking around at each other like, that wasn't too bad. Briar, what are you doing at this point?
Can I play my drums along with their dancing?
Okay, sure. As
I'm
as the
whip and
person,
nay-nay. Since
Oh,
that
That's why you rolled a 6.
Yeah, right.
that was the dance that me and Briar like
That we
did great at.
practice.
We named it. I don't remember what we named it. I thought it was a whip and
so as the bard currently performing the song up on the dais sees you all dancing, as the song begins to wind down, they actually strike it up again for another round, as he also sees Briar joining in. Briar, roll me a performance check. Theoretically, you're good at this.
Theoretically.
18.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
You do manage to manage to find the time as you join in with the person playing the sitar, and as the people dancing now finding the rhythm even further with the beat of your drum. It does turn into a bit more of a group performance, as all four of you and Marok kind of sitting grumpily in the corner watching. The four of you managing to pull together a dance that almost looks like you've done it before together. People are impressed. Still not throwing money at you here,
Whatever.
but certainly
Can't win 'em all.
certainly you do hear a few people like cheer and a few claps come up from the room. So
I'm going to signal to Mara that I want her to throw and I'm going to do a flip.
Ooh.
okay.
you want her to throw you?
I want her to I want to run and I want her to boost me backwards so I do a flip off of her hands.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I want money.
You
I
roll
want
me
to
an
try to
acro-
wait there to grab with my hands, even land on my hands.
I'm going to spread my wings at the end too.
All right. Akka, dexterity check. Klee, dexterity. I'm sorry. Akka, acrobatics. Klee, dexterity.
Yeah.
And Mara, just a strength check. Athletics, even. Since you are throwing a small bird.
Toss me.
What did you
No,
get on
what?
What'd you get on acrobatics?
Very high.
What did you get?
26.
What is your total, Mara?
What am I doing? Strength?
Strength plus, yeah. So you rolled a 20 plus, so 24. What is it with athletics actually?
Athletics is
It's probably higher.
27.
And what did you get, Akka?
26.
Jeez.
As you go running up, and what did you get on dexterity for reference?
10.
As you go running up to Mara's Goliath form, she sees you coming and she's like, throw you? Yeah, I can do that. And she, as hard as she can, throws you, hurling you towards the ceiling as you barely manage to kind of like walk on the ceiling a few steps and flip your way back down. However, as you look below you, you notice that Klee is about 10 feet behind where he should be, leaving you kind of falling towards the floor. Roll me another
I'm gonna flap
acrobatics
my
check.
wings.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to flap my wings
Okay,
and go back.
can I cast Gust and bring him even closer?
Sure. That'll go and roll me an acrobatics check still, Akka.
Oh God, no. 10.
With a little bit of help as you kind of make your way a little closer, you manage to not completely eat the floor as you kind of like catch yourself with a flap of your wings. You don't quite get the graceful roll you were hoping for, but you do still manage to get like a small 3-point landing as everybody looks at you and they're like, "That was pretty good." Meanwhile, Klee, you standing there like,
Yay! All part of the plan. What are we doing right now?
"Ooh."
What are we doing?
Look at Chad.
Terraz.
Oh!
I normally don't interrupt the narrative, but let me pause
Yeah.
this music for a moment.
That's a big one to interrupt for.
Terraz94, I love you.
Hey, I think I see him in the back of the bar. That looks like a Terraz.
That looks like a
Hey!
Thank you so
Hey!
much for gifting 20 subs, right? Yeah,
Does
that's
that mean that there's a
20.
Hot
random
damn.
NPC that gives us monies?
That's what I heard. Somebody's whipping money
That's
is what I heard.
It's like 200.
200 gold getting thrown. That's what I heard.
I'm gonna roll a die. Let me see what I get.
It worked. Gotta persuade the DM.
You do have a drunken man stand up and just hurl a bag of coin at you.
I'll try to.
So Klee, as you kind of see this coming, go and roll me a dexterity check.
Babby.
Start the music back.
Not bad.
Catches money, but not his friends. I see how it is.
12.
12. You do like you managed
Money
to grab
is
it.
actually worth something.
A couple coins go spilling. Oh.
He almost
A couple coins go spilling out onto the ground, but you pick up the bag and you look inside. It's not full, but inside you do find 50 gold pieces and,
Holy shit.
and 2 platinum pieces.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, I will immediately distribute it to the rest of the peoples.
Okay.
To even the drummer as well, or the guitarist, because he's a part of it as well.
Okay.
So 10 gold each, and then it's
And nothing to Marok.
nope.
Who's now twice as grumpy.
Yeah.
He gets the bag when we're done. He gets the little bag.
There we go. We're thinking about them. The 2 platinum. How can we split that up?
So
It's
those
it's
are
100.
10,
It's 100.
10 each, like
It's
10
10.
gold pieces.
It's 100 gold each, isn't it? No, it's 10 gold.
It's 10
pieces
each. It's not huge.
10, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have 70 total.
Yeah, 70 gold total.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was not a huge bag, but he
Oh, that's awesome.
but Terraz,
That covers,
Terraz, if you're around, shoot me a DM after this. You son of a bitch!
Oh!
Stop it! Stop!
Oh!
He's crazy.
Okay.
He's gone insane.
looks-
He's a
hold
madman.
on.
Doing?
I want to look deeper in the bag. I think I see
Is
more
there,
gold
is
down
there,
there.
is there some more platinum in there? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on with this?
Just like money just keeps coming out of the bag.
for 1 platinum each? Is that what this is?
I am suddenly inspired to sing a song.
I won't.
Song.
Briar, take it away. And in the meantime, everybody else roll me. Actually, Briar, you as well. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check before you start your song.
Okay.
1918.
14.
18.
10.
Who had the highest?
18.
Both Briar and I.
18 was the highest. Okay. Sure. After Briar finishes her song, we'll get to that.
Okay. In the middle of my song, I would also like to do a fey step since I'm in autumn.
Okay.
And it charms 2 creatures near me.
Are you targeting anyone in particular?
Just anyone that looks happy.
Just anyone that looks at. Just 2 random
Anyone that
individuals.
looks really happy to
Sure.
be there and is excited by the entertainment.
There are a couple, a little more than tipsy individuals standing fairly close to you that are very much enjoying the performance.
Okay.
So for
Alright.
everyone, so far everyone gets 14 gold if you haven't added it already.
Okay. And then, so I kind of want it to be fairly theatrical and
Okay.
walking through the crowd and then going up to the top at the end on
Okay.
the stage.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
So,
With my friends as well.
roll me a
Cheering on.
performance check with advantage. As
And
you be.
can I sing it?
Okay, sure.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
I have a song I've been saving.
Hey.
Very good. Then do it.
What I love most about battles is you can't step in the same battle twice. The combat's always changing, always flowing. But people, I guess, can't live like that. They all must pay a price to be fighting for the chance of ever knowing what's the taste of victory. Oh, what's the taste of victory? I slay one more just to taste the victory. There's so much gore. Why does everything bleed on me? Oh, the taste of victory. Laugh at the end.
Boom.
Still go ahead and roll performance.
Yes.
I will tell you you're probably going to succeed.
A nat 1. You've succeeded somehow.
I did get a nat 1, so I'm gonna use my.
You get advantage
I'm gonna
anyways.
use my advantage on my single advantage.
You get advantage
You
anyways.
get one for singing, though.
Okay, that's better.
You're good.
25.
Oh wow, that's much better.
25. That's a slightly better thing, huh? So yeah, you do manage to get the attention of the various different patrons as you walk through, singing this strangely familiar yet different and haunting melody, we'll call it, as you make your way through. You do have a few people that try to like hand you coin as you're performing. You do collect another 45 gold pieces.
Nice.
Additionally, Akka, as you were looking about, you think with your birdie vision, you glance under where a couple patrons have just gotten up. You see underneath their table a bit of a shiny gold something.
I'm going to go pick it up.
Okay.
And I'm going to put it in my... Well, I'm going to look at it and put it in my pocket.
It's a ring of some sort. It is a gold ring, and it has a little bit of... Actually, it just looks like a ring right now.
It's a gold ring. Yeah, it's a ring.
Got a gold ring for now. When you look at it further, maybe you'll... Maybe you'll...
Well, you know the person who has Arcana.
But does he
And
have
detect
Identify?
items.
No, I can't tell what it is, but I can tell if it's magical or not.
Okay. Very good. So, as that all winds down,
That was
you
great.
guys continuing to drink for the evening and settle in for the night. You don't really need to mark off a long rest because I don't think anybody really got hurt or did anything.
Nope.
But as you sleep for the evening, it's probably the most posh, kind of fluffy, soft beds. For some of you, it's almost weirdly uncomfortable how comfortable
soft.
it is. As you kind of try to adjust, and you can't quite get comfortable until you get tired enough to where you just kind of sink in and pass out. But yeah, you all managed to go ahead and get a nice, comfortable night's sleep. Go ahead.
For the schlep, though, I want to try and contact my brother.
Okay.
And I would be, actually, before that, I mean, I'd talk to Akka and Briar, and I'd be like,
That was so much fun. I haven't had that much fun in a long time. I don't want to ruin it for you guys or anything. I'm gonna chat with my brother a bit. You're more than welcome to be in the room. In fact, it'd mean a lot to me. But I'd understand if you don't want to. It's not always the most happy of things.
Next time, maybe he can be there with us.
Next time, I'm hoping he has his body back. And then maybe, yeah. It's a nice thought. It's up to you, though. I won't be long if you want to wait, but again, if you want to come in, I don't mind.
That is fine. I will come in.
Well, I will come in, but I would like to journal while you speak to him. I won't interrupt.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm gonna go to my oversized bed.
Okay. Very good. So, as you guys make your way into your rooms, those of you who are going to be with Klee, I guess everyone's going to be present for this.
yeah, the I don't know, well, not Marok, and I think
Mara
Mara
and
said they have their own room thing.
Well, you said it was one. Was it one big room with rooms in it?
we got
like
two
a-
different rooms.
It's
I thought it was a suite. Okay.
It's 2 double rooms.
Okay.
So, as you open the book, as you kind of begin focusing on it, what are you doing?
I'm gonna
Clay, you there?
There is no response at first. As you begin kind of focusing for a second, you hear a kind of, sorry, it's a bit, getting a bit tiring to pull myself out of there.
I get that. That's why I haven't been really bothering you or anything.
He kind of looks around and he says, where are we now?
We're in a different town, Svelton. We're close to the Tempest Peaks, which if there's anything, any place in this whole world that's gonna help you, it's gonna be this place.
Yes, I can feel Avestra's gaze even now.
I have something.
And I'll take out the diamond.
You found one.
Of course I found it.
That is
It's my #1 priority.
very good. I suppose we can try it, but Clay, I'm still worried. We don't know what might happen.
And I'm worried about if we don't do something.
Well, he kind of looks. You see, as his kind of ethereal form kind of takes a glance. I said, "Well, I guess give it a shot then."
I'll pray to Avestra, and I hope that she'll hear.
All right. As you kind of kneel down and begin to focus on the book, his form kind of just standing over, watching you. As you go to kind of place the diamond on the book for a moment, you see as the structure of the diamond weirdly begins to, like you see as it begins to shake, and then as it kind of slowly fractures in place, you see as the small shards begin to kind of float for a moment before fracturing again into a finer dust, and then it settles into the book, and you see as Clay gives you hear him go, I can remember, and I can feel. But there is something. There is something else. Clee, and he kind of looks at the other two of you in the room. I love my brother, but I don't trust him in this. If something should go wrong, even if I must perish, make sure that nothing bad comes of this book. I don't want to be the cause of anything untoward befalling your group or this world. That would be against everything that I stood for in life.
I don't like you talking about if we fail or if you get lost or if you die, because that's not gonna happen.
I'm gonna just put my hand on Clee's shoulder and look to Clay, and I'll just give him like a nod, just silent stoic nod.
Okay. I shall begin to pray and meditate further. But if we are to see Avestra soon, then mayhaps I can speak with her in person.
If that would help, then let's hope that happens.
Very good. I'm sorry, I'm not quite feeling myself. I think I shall retire.
No. Don't apologize. I don't know what it's like to be in there. And I know there's something else in there with you, and it's taxing. I'm just hoping I'm doing enough for you.
More than I deserve, and certainly beyond what anyone else has ever done for me, Clee. I am grateful. I just want you to be careful.
And I just want you back.
Well, we shall hope for the best then. But for now, I'm not feeling right. I'm not feeling myself, so I'm going to
Rest.
Go.
It's fine.
rest.
I'll try not to bother you unless it's very important or until we get to the top of the peaks.
All right. As you see him kind of give all three of you a nod as his form kind of fades with a kind of unnatural gust of wind carrying it away, and almost like a blue smoke as it disappears.
I worked, I guess.
Are you okay?
No. I don't think I'm gonna be till he's back.
We will get it done. We'll get it.
I know we will. Let's just rest. We have a long trip tomorrow.
So, you guys now all settling in for the evening. Mara, is there anything you wanted to do? Or Briar? Aka?
No. Oh, actually, I wanna read myself to sleep with the herbalism book.
Okay.
Just kind of browse the pages.
Okay.
Mayhaps you should.
Mayhaps I will, Mora. Mayhaps I will.
Mayhaps indeed. Mayhaps everyone. Okay, I'm done.
I'm just gonna make sure. I'm just gonna make sure Cat has been fed and is all snuggly up with me.
All right. And just as a quick aside, can somebody make us a design for a Mayhaps t-shirt?
Hey.
That needs to be clipped if someone could clip.
And continuing to work on my leather
Polymorph.
armor or whatever.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Ah,
sure. As you
yeah.
begin doing that, you know you may need a few supplies. Some of it you can handle either through magic you've learned in your time. Well, I can't tell everybody else where you're from, but in your time going different places, you have certain magics at your disposal which get you partway there, but you're certainly going to need other supplies, dyes and fabrics and different pieces of leather and things if you're wishing to dress it up any particular way.
Could I salvage some off of my previous leather armor?
Okay, so you're holding on to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
certainly.
End up selling it.
Certainly, for the looks, you can certainly salvage pieces of it. Absolutely.
Okay.
However, if you're looking to kind of remove the insignia and maybe change the color of the armor as it is, you're going to need some different dyes and things for that.
Okay.
But you can begin working on it if you'd like.
I would like to begin.
Sure.
I'm going to give her a handful of feathers that I've been just kind of have been molting off me.
Thank you.
These
Before
are
I go
a
to
gift.
before I go to bed, can I check to make sure I have everything, especially gold? Because I know Marok wasn't too happy about giving me, you know.
I will say for now, as you check, it does look as though you have everything that you had earlier in the day.
Okay.
How much gold did we get, by the way, for all the performance stuff? Just like
It was
split it.
14 for the performance, and then you got the ring, and
Yeah, okay.
and then BB got her performance.
Yeah,
money.
Briar got
extra
45,
money.
so that's
Right.
if she
Yeah.
kept it or whatever. Did you want anybody to look at?
yeah.
Well, you don't have Identify still. And say you do have that ring in your inventory now. Just put gold ring as a note for now.
I don't have Identify now. What
No.
level spell is it?
It's not that high. I think it's like second level, third level, second. I think. I could be wrong.
I think it is second. Yeah.
So, I'm going to assume then. So as you kind of snuggle up, get Cat kind of tucked in, she does appear to be growing accustomed to life on the road so far. The little bit you've talked with her here and there in your cat form from Polymorph. She seems a little sad on occasion, as certain things that she sees as you guys are traveling reminds her of her dad. Other than that, though, she seems very intrigued, especially with Svelton, as this is the most colorful place she's ever been, and she's seeing more precious metals and stones and things kind of all around. She sees a few little girls in dresses that she wishes she could try on and things like that. She tells you one day she hopes that she can come back here when she's back to normal.
I will definitely bring you back here and take you shopping.
Very good. Unless there's anything else anybody wants to do for the evening, we'll go ahead and probably wrap it up tonight a little bit
cool.
early.
Mhm.
Because otherwise we'll be getting to something that we don't want to get right into the middle of, I don't think. Probably, unless we go shopping for a whole other day. Who knows? So,
I mean, we have to pick up our stuff, but other than that, yeah.
Well, I mean, my
Oh.
quarterstaff is now going to be there for a week, so I'm.
There is some gear that we should probably get, all of us. Climbing gear and like some cold weather gear. and stuff.
pitons.
But it cold
Yeah.
don't bother me. I don't need no cold weather.
Cold doesn't bother her anyways.
Cold doesn't bother me. And then he recommended a mule, but I don't think we need it. We have
We've got a Goliath
we have a Mora. We're
Yeah.
fine.
and a magic carpet.
I really hope that this progresses into Mara pulling everybody up
Just
like
the-
on a large
yeah.
sled.
Yeah.
So, with that out of the way, does anybody first of all, thanks everybody for playing. Thank you so much for everybody and your support tonight. Taros, thank you again so
Oh my
much. I
God,
really appreciate it.
Taros.
I'm gonna play this music
Incredible.
instead. Yeah,
Incredible.
Yeah,
really-
that was huge.
Incredible.
really appreciate it.
You're the best. honestly.
Super Great Bush, thanks again for 145 more bits. I appreciate that. Gosh, thanks for all the support tonight, guys. Thank you for all the players. You guys did fantastic. I know this was a nice break from the combat, and we're hopping into the newest arc tonight of you guys following what I've got what I've got planned out as the next arc. I have no idea what you guys are going to do with it, but I'm excited.
We're going to ruin it in the first game. It's fine.
I am
We're
worried
like,
about
Tempest Peaks. We're going to go south. Fuck it.
So we'll see.